Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
It's freaking Friday, Quad Cityans, and we're rocking out here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. Got Adam in the house from Front Street Brewery. My girl, the Bombs,
hey
Jaybird in the house. We're kicking it live. Everything's just shaping up for a wonderful weekend. Had Huggy Bear at the house last night.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you.
Everybody's favorite Illini fan, my boy Huggy Bear. Made him dinner, got him all calmed down, and then we talked a lot of crap to each other about basketball, about Iowa and Illinois. He says we don't talk enough Illinois. So him and I watched the Illinois-Ohio State game. And I tried to explain to him that they were going to lose that game beforehand, and they did. Mm-hmm. But it was a tough game. A lot of bricks thrown up at the end.
Put any money on that game?
No, I didn't. I just like giving Huggy Bear a hard time.
But it makes
because he's my buddy.
Well, yeah, you have to do that. That's a sign of love.
So now we do have a bet though. So
what is it?
Well, I told him I was going to win Sunday. He says, "You better hope they do, dude. I'll be calling in on Monday." So,
all right.
So we'll see what happens coming Monday, Quad Cityans.
It's a big game. The winner of this game, and Rossa was talking to us yesterday, the winner of this game that's going to be on 6 p.m. tip-off at Illinois, Iowa 2010 on the year, Illinois 2010 on the year. The winner of this game will earn the number 4 seed at the Big Ten tournament. It tips off next Wednesday.
And the loser becomes the what seed?
5.
Okay.
5.
But has to play another game or something. Yeah. In this series, Iowa's won 5 straight games over Illinois. It's the longest win streak in the series since 1986-1988.
5 straight games over Illinois in college basketball?
That's right.
Wow.
That's almost as long as the football streak.
The longest win streak over Illinois is 6 from 1975 to 1977. So this will match, if they win over the weekend, this will match a 45-year run. Interesting. Iowa has 7 victories over ranked opponents. It's the most by an Iowa team since 2006. And the most
Illinois has 5
by any team in the country entering this weekend. I don't have that in front of me here.
He said 5.
All right.
5.
5, he said, huh?
We'll go after you. He's a knowledgeable fan, so.
I agree with that.
But I like giving him a hard time either way.
Huggy.
Because, by the way, I know right now that he's got his boys listen out there. I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
The Scott or Mark and all his buddies out there listen. They know. So they're texting right now. T-Roy's talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, Illinois lost last night by 8 points to Ohio State, 71-63. The Illini were an efficient 9 for 10 from the foul line, but the Buckeyes were 14 of 28 from the charity stripe. Illini in this game going into does hold a 14-3 home record this season inside the State Farm Center.
Yeah.
Their 3 home losses have come by a combined 12 points. So they've had a lot of close games.
Iowa's going to have to play a really good game to win.
14 of their 19 conference games have been decided by 9 points or less. They're 9-5 in those games.
That game last night was poorly officiated too, I thought. I didn't. There were some calls I thought were pretty crappy. It went both ways, but wasn't impressed.
No.
This will also, both teams will have father-son duos as coach and players.
Aww.
Yeah.
Me and the SBSL.
Illinois senior Tyler Underwood is Brad Underwood's father. I mean, it's a kid. So these guys met earlier in the season. It was a 72-65 win for Iowa. That was on Super Bowl Sunday, and it was in front of a sold-out crowd at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Like I said, they're going for the 6th straight. In that game, Luka Garza scored 25 points over the final 25 minutes.
You can see the cookies in it.
It's so good.
Illinois holds an 85-76 advantage in the series. They hold a 62-17 advantage in games played in Champaign.
Iowa does?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, Illinois does.
Oh.
62-17. But Iowa's won 3 of the last 4 meetings at the State Farm Center.
So what does that mean? That just means that when they're home team, they're just better.
Well, they just tend to win at home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everybody, but I mean, theirs is ridiculously biased, I guess.
By the way, Adam, tell us about this.
Yes, Adam's in from Front Street. It's a Firkin Friday. They're going to be tapping us down at the tap room.
What am I freaking
In the
drinking?
Freight Street.
You're
what have you
freaking
got?
drinking some cookies, baby.
So today happens to be National Oreo Cookie Day.
Ooh.
Also happens to be National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. I
Yeah.
know you're on top of the national days.
We are, and I know everyone out there when they're like, "Oh, I don't want to hear about national days. I don't
But,
want to hear that."
So
we
gross.
heard those and we thought, well, those two things sound like they go pretty good together. So
You did a good job.
yeah,
It's
let's
so
let's stick them
good.
in a beer. So
This is amazing.
Mitch cooked this up this week, and I think it delivers. Tastes like Oreos and white chocolate
I could
cheesecake.
take a bath in this. I could.
I
swim in
mean,
it.
this is, if the end of the world came, I wouldn't be mad if this was all I had to drink.
Like, yeah,
I'm just
like-
putting that out there.
Like if this is what gave me the coronavirus, I'd be
Yeah.
all right, cool, good.
Drink up.
Have another.
Tap out.
It
It's
is,
all
and
right.
I don't even like cookies or Oreos, so it's subtle. It's not overwhelming. It's really good.
I like cookies.
Yeah, I was afraid it was just going to be like overwhelmingly sweet, and it is definitely a sweet beer because it should be. But
But you
I
guys,
don't
your
know, I think
porter,
it drinks
your porter
pretty
is
nice.
like one of the porters. Like it's so like malleable with different things. You know what I'm saying? Am I using that word correctly? I don't know. but it-
Malleable?
yeah, maybe not. But it just you guys have been able to do a bunch of different flavors with your porter. that
Maybe
I-
infused?
and yeah, and it always turns out really well.
yeah, I mean it's a good base beer, especially if we're doing anything kind of chocolatey or coffee or anything along those lines. It
This is
lends
good.
itself
I
really
mean,
well.
it's definitely well done, and I'm not a big porter fan, and I would drink this. So go try it, Front Street guys.
Then we also brought in some of our Desperado IPA today. That's our rotating IPA. But the guys are brewing the next
Why don't
IPA
you?
right now, so it's a good sign that Desperado's probably getting towards the end of its days,
What are the chances that we're gonna come up with that Hawk IPA?
right? We'll have to put
What's that
something
gonna
into the
taste
works.
I think that would be a
Fried chicken?
great idea.
Going to taste like some fried hawks.
No.
What are you gonna make a hawk? I mean, what does it taste like?
Well, it's
Just
just
the
a play on
name.
words, kid. Get it? Hawk IPA.
Did you guys see KFC came out with a taco that is the shell is fried chicken?
Didn't Taco Bell do that? Like,
But
A
you don't
while
get
back?
chicken from Taco Bell.
well, you don't get tacos from KFC.
All right, it's a fried chicken
You're right,
shell.
Adam.
What do they
Alan?
put inside of it?
So it's a fried chicken shell, which I would probably just take it apart and eat that because I'm a fatty.
Oh yeah.
So-
but it's got the kernels.
You know
Yeah,
the
kernels,
original recipe.
Yeah,
or-
original.
Oh,
Gotta
get
be
out of
original.
here. They just regular taco stuff. So I'm assuming meat, cheese, lettuce, and all that, and you just take a big bad boy bite out of that with your vanilla
I think
Oreo
you just use
porter.
the taco, you
America.
I'll tell you what. You know what? You know what I love to do? I love to get like just a bowl of the gravy.
Oh, the
and
gravy's
just,
so
and
good.
dunk anything I can find. Or
For
just take a
Kismet.
straw
We're
and
soulmates,
drink the
I
gravy.
think. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. And the macaroni
No,
and cheese,
Jay?
it's the word you can just taste the
I love the
trans
kernel.
fats and the calories added onto your hips, but you just can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
He put something in the chicken that makes you want it fortnightly. Eat more chicken.
I'm not
eat
gonna
more
eat
chicken.
I'm not gonna eat a taco from KFC. By the way, I don't eat KFC.
Oh, look at Mr. Hoity Toity over here.
Mr. Judgy Judgerson. It's delicious.
I do not eat tacos
Hey,
from KFC.
I don't eat a
Matter
Taco
of fact,
Bell.
I don't eat a KFC.
I have
period.
not tried. I'm
More for
interested.
us.
I'm interested in the
My name is-
Wendy's breakfast.
No, what now?
Wendy's has
Yeah,
breakfast now.
Wendy's
I'm,
is
Come again?
bringing
I'm
it,
interested.
dude.
Yeah, I'm interested.
What
Wendy's,
I-
Wendy's did a John Cena. Said
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Oh, I
And
didn't even
then,
hear about this.
What's the other
By
thing?
the way, Wendy's is 10 times better than McDonald's at everything they do.
Hardee's is better.
Hardee's is putting that fried cheese on a burger now.
Yeah,
Like,
like the
Hardee's is-
fuck of
Yeah,
fried
yeah.
cheese.
yeah.
Hardee's ain't playing either,
Intense,
man.
man.
Hardee's,
You guys,
Hardee's makes some
America
good
is
stuff.
I'll tell you what
So-
Hardee's is playing with the. I think it actually was yesterday, National Multiple Personality Day.
Oh my God, it was my
because,
holiday.
Hardee's messes me up when they're like Hardee's Carl's Jr. and I'm like, what?
Depends on what part of the country.
It's the
you're in.
demographic
Yeah,
and the
that's-
geographical
I
location,
don't get it.
Jay.
Once you get out west, it's Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
And then
weird.
some of them have like the burrito place in them. Have you ever seen those?
Oh yeah, Del Taco.
yeah.
No, like Hardee's has their own. It's on the east. It's like red burrito, and on the west it's green burrito.
Oh
Or something.
yeah.
I don't know if they still
Well,
do.
East
but
side,
when I
west
was
side.
I would never eat a burrito from green or red burrito. Just so you know.
I just want to see 2 gangs from the east side and the west side throw up like red burrito, green burrito gang
I would
signs.
never eat chicken from a burrito place. I can
Yes.
tell you that right now. I'm Jay Foster.
Next week I'm bringing in a
don't
taco.
mind KFC. I just
do
don't
like
eat
KFC.
it.
I just will not eat it.
I don't say I don't eat it. I just haven't eaten it in a really long time. So it's
Peasants.
one of those things that just doesn't cross my mind. I'm like, hey, hon, we going to KFC later? You think KFC's still open? It doesn't cross my mind.
You know what? When I was
Trust me.
It's
pregnant,
like, you know,
I ate KFC.
eating Taco Bell before 1
nonstop.
a.m.
I do
It
not.
doesn't happen.
See, I don't want Taco Bell. Taco Bell's garbage.
It is. It's gross.
It-
And they're never open.
Until like after 1 a.m.
Their meat, whatever they use for their meat seasoning, is the worst.
That's
It is
why I don't
absolutely
go
the
there.
worst.
Yeah.
Taco John's kicks the snot out of
I agree
Taco
with that statement.
Bell.
The one by my house is always shut down. They always quit. So they're like, sorry, there's no, like they walk out constantly at the location by my house.
Sorry, we're done
So
with it at
we're
any
done,
time.
Yeah,
But
and,
it's
no, like,
Sorry.
4 different times since I've lived in my house.
By
I've
the
lived
way-
in my house for 9 years. They'll have a sign up, we quit, we walked out.
But you got to watch what Wendy's you go to, though. It's the same thing.
I don't eat
The
fast
Wendy's
food,
on
so.
the Wendy's in Bettendorf on
Except KFC.
on Spruce Hills there
Superb.
is excellent. That Wendy's on 53rd next to Chick-fil-A, garbage.
Yeah, it just depends
Garbage.
on the
I do have a
staff,
bone
too,
to
I think,
pick with Wendy's, though.
What?
what they
You
do.
order from the app. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick it up. And they're like, and you order it. And they're like, okay. And then they're like, well, you order it. Everything's good. Payment. And they're like, wait. Tell us when you're here. Like, what? And I realize they want to make it
They
fresh.
want to make it fresher.
I still have to wait.
Yeah.
I still have to. You're adding another 7 minutes.
But you don't have to interact with
Right.
people, so you got
Yeah.
that.
That's not the
going.
point. I do it because I can walk in and walk out, so I'm not waiting 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, but a lot of people just do it because they don't want
Wendy's
to
doesn't
interact with
want to
people.
give you an inferior
I
product.
like to interact with people. Hey, how you doing? I like
get
to read
Uber
their
Eats
names.
so often,
I'm
you
sure
guys,
that one
it's
on 53rd
ridiculous.
will make it. It'll be nice and cold for you.
I don't like
I
talking
like
to
it.
people.
So like I like to interact with people. So like you know when you go to the airport and you have to the international airport, Moline,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
They always have their name up there, and every time they give me my change after I have to pay for short term, long term, doesn't matter. I always say like, oh, thank you, David, and then they always give you a look like, whoa,
Why are you
how does
saying
it
my
know?
name?
I'm like, it's clearly it says right there, like they make you
Yeah.
put your name up there.
Yeah.
But I always call them by their name.
I
People
do.
had
You
it seem-
read.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember when
How
I
does he
worked
know
at
me? Look at
Pints,
that
you
guy.
guys.
How dare Jay Foster call me David?
When I-
Stop
He
talking
won't
like-
even eat KFC.
Not a taco from KFC, you peasants. Disgusting.
I'm not
All
going
right,
to
can we
do
talk about something? Let's talk Adam Front Street. So Sunday, you guys are starting. you guys are starting brunch.
Yeah, speaking
I'm
of
really
brunch,
excited about that.
Yeah, Sundays 10 to 2 starting this week. We'll be featuring a brunch. It's all off the menu, but pretty.
So not
wide
like
variety.
a brunch buffet.
Not
just
a buffet.
a menu brunch.
It is, but tons of options, lots of really good stuff on there. I
What's
think
what's the thing that caught your eye that chefs come up with?
There's some breakfast tacos. They're looking pretty good.
Oh.
The French
I will
toast.
not eat tacos for breakfast.
Was
Do they have a
amazing.
fried chicken shell?
He's so mad at me right now. I think he flipped me off.
I might have seen that.
I will eat tacos.
Eggs
for
Benedict,
breakfast.
Adam?
No eggs Benedict, but we do have. There's like a whole selection of fancy toast, and
How
there's
about
like
a
a nice
breakfast
like
burrito?
pesto with a poached egg on it.
Poached egg on what?
Steak
on
and
toast?
eggs, just classic breakfast, pancakes, all the good stuff.
Any
corned
corned beef
beef
hash?
hash?
What?
Do we just become best friends? Hey, I like corned
Oh
beef
my
hash.
God!
And I have to say it at the
think
same time.
something's going on here. By the way, there's too many times this has happened in the last 3 weeks.
I always
with
said
me
I
and
was
Leah.
Troy with a D cup. That's
Are
true.
you- Is that
it's
like
true.
is corned beef hash like your thing? Because that
Yes.
is like yeah.
That
He
is
knows,
something.
too.
I like it too.
Put it in a fried chicken shell and it's game.
Oh. Just ruined it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a fried chicken shell. We're gonna take it and put some of the corned beef hash
With
from
the
Jimmy's,
gravy from
from
KFC.
Jimmy's, and then we're gonna dip it in the gravy.
Oh, let's get married.
Then you're gonna clutch your chest and
Already
fall
there.
over.
I know.
God dang it. You know what we can just be food
We could be food best friends.
something or another.
I'm gonna get so fat, you guys. Are you ready? This is gonna be great.
What do you think happened to me?
Going out to breakfast after dropping your kids off, and when they sit there and say, "Oh, my work husband,"
Literally.
You guys are gonna be
Literally.
my breakfast
Leah,
wife. My breakfast
We
husband.
gotta get the couch. Like, hurry up. I'm texting, hurry up.
I can't wait for this.
We're gonna main vein the gravy.
I'll go.
Yes.
I'll go pick up just the tacos, just the KFC shells. Going to KFC. Hey,
Yeah, you get the shells. I'll
Got
meet
it.
you at Jimmy's.
Done.
they're
I'll
not going
have
to be
two
open
big
that early.
plates.
Yes. Gosh. I
I'll
can't
have
wait.
to talk to him. Geez,
I didn't know people still ate at KFC. Really.
Oh my god! When I was pregnant, I used to go through and be like, "Just an order of potatoes, please." And they're like, I'm like, "I'm pregnant." They're like, "Oh, okay, it's all good. Thanks, love you."
By the way, there's nothing weird about that.
No.
Why would they say anything? That's
Well, because you don't go through the drive-thru at KFC and just say, I would like an order of mashed potatoes and gravy, please. I mean,
I would.
unless you're, you have a problem. But
I like it when they're separate. The
baby
potatoes
wanted,
and the
baby
gravy.
got it.
Big.
Yes, and I get the large every time.
Oh yeah.
You know that KFC on Elmore?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have a buffet.
What?
And for a long time ago. I'm very old. And I never forget being there during wrestling season, and two of my buddies, because you had off-campus at high school at ours, and you could leave, and they were like, well, let's go to the KFC buffet, and I'm cutting weight. And when I'm telling you I'm cutting weight, I'm cutting some serious weight, and I never forget being there and watching everybody eat at a buffet when I should have just said, like, no, I'll stay and, like, study, which that didn't work out, but...
Yeah.
So you just sat there and watched everybody eat.
Oh, yeah.
And what'd you
Doesn't
eat?
it gross
Probably
you out?
sucked on a honey packet or whatever else. Yeah.
Doesn't it gross? I used to do that before I sang Honey Packet and Tabasco. Doesn't it gross you out at a buffet though when you see them go up like 6, 7, 8 times?
No.
It doesn't gross you out?
Love buffets.
Oh, God,
My
I can't
kids
do
love
it. I
buffets
can't
too.
do it.
That makes me happy.
Buffets are. You know what my thing with buffets is that I get up there and then I get so excited about everything I see.
Yeah.
And I start mixing the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work out.
You got to separate the plates.
Yeah.
You gotta
I got to
have-
be like, all right, if I'm gonna go up, all right, make something that makes sense, and then go back and make another plate that makes sense. If
100%.
that's what you're gonna do,
You have
But
to have a game
can't-
plan. You have to have a game plan.
You can't go like a lot of breakfast and then, like the sliced
Right. The beef
prime
and-
rib
Yep.
or
No.
something like that. You can't have that with your scrambled eggs.
Or your salad. Like you have to
Yeah.
have the potatoes and the meat, and then you got to have your chicken and your pasta. And
I
then
don't believe in all that. Just eat it. Just
you
go.
don't believe in eating tacos from KFC.
Well, that's the other thing. The other problem is this:
Okay.
Love eating
everybody in my
tacos.
family doesn't really want to eat wherever I want to. So even when they lie and they're like, "Where do you want to go?" If I sit there and say like, "I want to go to a buffet where I can get like crab legs at the casino, whatever else," no, I'm not doing that. If like it's during Lent and I'm not even Catholic, I'm like, I would love to go to a fish
What
fry.
about Pizza Ranch chicken?
Yes, that's why we don't go to KFC because when that came, we started just going there all the time.
It's pretty good too.
That's why. I
I
mean,
never-
I have no
I-
problem with KFC.
No.
All right, but that's why.
I would never eat.
I need to find something else to say besides all right. Everyone gives me too much. Like, oh, there it is. That's the third all right. And you guys, I
Easy
swear to God,
McConaughey.
Oh, did you see that yesterday?
you guys text each other ahead of time. Like, let's get him to say all right by 12:18.
Oh,
Yep, you did it.
17 times is the bet.
It's the
Right
over
now.
under.
It's the over-under 17 today.
Yeah. Well, I remember when it was fun when we talked about basketball for the 90 seconds, and the rest of the time we talked about chicken tacos.
We're talking about Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
It's relatable.
We did do that. Well, we should take a break, though, and come back, talk to Adam some more from Front Street, and then do our XFL picks and talk more. And we're goofing around about the coronavirus, but I don't think what's going on at CenturyLink Field is any joking matter. So we'll talk about that when we come back.
News to me. I have to figure out what's going on. Harrington's Pub is proud to bring you the best St. Patrick's Day celebration in the Quad Cities. Come join us on March 14th. Live music is going to start at 1 o'clock with Jordan Davison, followed by Folks and Stages, our buddy Bill Stages band, and then we're going to end the night off with some karaoke bombs.
Ooh, fancy.
We have complimentary corned beef and cabbage coming at noon. The party's going to be all day, so make sure you come to Harrington's Pub. That's 2321 Cumberland Square in Bettendorf. They've been putting the H into Hangover since 2005.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
When the soil around your foundation shifts, it can cause serious problems for your home, including bowing, leaning, or cracked basement walls. Helitech's patented wall anchoring system will provide a permanent solution for bowing basement walls and will get the job done right the first time. For basement wall repair, trust Helitech, your hometown foundation repair contractor for over 30 years. Soil constantly expands and contracts, putting pressure against your foundation, causing it to bow or crack. Helitech is the area's only contractor that uses AB Chance, an American-made wall anchoring system to provide a permanent solution for bowing or cracked foundation walls. Helitech proudly services Central Illinois, the Quad Cities, Central Missouri, Southern Illinois, Southeast Missouri, Western Kentucky, and the greater St. Louis regions. When it comes to basement cracks, don't ignore the problem. Trust Helitech to heal your home. Give yourself peace of mind knowing they will find the root of the problem, the solution, and heal it for a lifetime.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Escúchame, this is Dan Levatacion, ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old, doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Lepetard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
In walks this 24-year-old brown-haired lady nurse, and she goes, I'm going to be the one removing your catheter. Oh, God. Then she goes, I have to tell you this. She goes, I've never actually done this before. What? Well, go practice on a dead guy.
Don't miss Billing Vol, live for 2 shows Friday, March 6th. Rhythm City Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at rhythmcitycasino.com, by phone, and in person at the Market Gift Shop.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce this show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
When you're listening to the best play-by-play, you know you're listening to the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, back here in the Hassle Castle. Brought to you by Dunrice Satellite and Dish. And this is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170. Got Adam still in here from Front Street. We can't get rid of him. He likes us too much.
Absolutely. Good way to spend
a
Friday
way,
afternoon.
I mean, this is just insane.
That is so good.
If you are not doing anything today, you need to get down to the tap room for the frickin' Friday.
Frickin' right.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
I'm impressed. Like, I'm very rarely impressed. It's delicious.
I love the fact that I can see the little pieces of cookie in my glass.
Yeah. It's like a little extra little bonus of love in there.
I wonder if I can get my tongue all the way down to that.
I bet. You know what would be good is if you dip Oreo in it.
Mm.
You know, instead of milk.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'm such a fat kid.
Yeah, porters can't be easy on the calories, right?
Yeah, we don't
especially not this one.
I did
mean,
not.
I would say this probably is.
If it's
I did
cookies
not
and
weigh
peanut
in
porter
today.
on its own, probably not too bad as far as
weight
porters
today?
go,
I did
but-
not weigh in today, and I'm not going to be able to make it to the gym tomorrow.
Do you weigh in every day?
I'd like to,
Why?
because I have an ideal weight that I'd like to
Gross.
maintain.
Who does that?
Why am I such a bad person that I'm like, I don't
Who
eat that, I
weighs
don't do this?
themselves?
Like,
You
he-
monster.
Why did they put a scale in the
The
in
only
the
guy
locker
I
room?
know that looks about like he did in every picture I see from high school.
Since birth. Jay has
High school has been nearly 30 years ago for this guy.
I gotta have
Because
my
he
weight.
checks every day.
But I'm just saying he doesn't need to check every day. He's got this.
And the only difference is
He's
ounces.
got this.
He's like,
He's got this
I'm
core
150
metabolism
with
that's never
8
going
ounces
away.
instead of 150 and 4 ounces.
Guys like me,
An
I can look
ideal
at the
weight
scale
I would
all
like to
day.
maintain.
Me too. And
So-
I haven't
so-
seen it since high school. You want to talk about it?
No, I don't know.
I would love to maintain a weight. It's just things happen and it just doesn't happen for me.
Life is too delicious to
you
pass it up.
have like this metabolism that doesn't stop.
Well, he's at the gym every day
The
too.
rest of us
Troy.
just
When
slow
we're
down
at
at the
KFC, he's at the gym. We're drinking gravy and he's working out.
It could be part of it.
It might be a
What's
little.
more fun though, drinking gravy or
I would
working out?
rather drink gravy
Just saying.
with a straw.
You guys are judgy McJudgersons.
Okay, whatever. I won't eat a taco
Species
from KFC.
Mick thing or whatever else. How am I looking on
He's
the
wearing
shit?
a large. He should have got a
Where's
medium.
Adam at? Over there. Hey, can you see this?
I think Jay and I could wear. We could share clothes.
No, stop.
We totally could.
The St. Patrick's Day shirt from Pints are in.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the
It
logo
looks
on the
good.
front. On the
Green is
back,
your
you have
color,
your
by the
name
way.
or whatever else. Hey, what? I'm gonna put my back. Bomber, what's your Irish name? It says
My
on the back.
Irish name. Okay, so last initial. M. Oh, great. Sleazy. Perfect. Love it. Sorry, Mom. Birth date the 4th. I'm Sleazio Blaze.
Okay.
I love it.
J is F for Foster.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's Drunky.
No,
and then he was born on the 26th.
Wait, can you say whatever the last is?
Drunky.
McWhiskey.
No, you can't.
Nope.
No, you can't.
Drunky McWhiskey.
Yeah, you can't say that.
There you go. I can.
T-Ray, what's yours?
Let's see. Mine is Barfy.
Okay.
Oh, Beer Guzzler.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
perfect.
Adam?
Let's see here. I am a slutty
Nope.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the same. Oh.
We're kids, man.
She's sleazy. You're slutty. You guys are
What's up,
brother and
twinsies?
sister.
Again,
Cousins.
do
We
that.
can go to KFC together later.
KFC's getting a lot of promo today for no reason
I'll
whatsoever.
go down there later and talk to them.
Colonel.
You mentioned earlier the coronavirus. Oddly enough, and we've mentioned about how different sporting events are worried about. They're taking precautions. They are talking to the CDC, and that NCAA thing, that's not going to happen. But it's nice to even flirt with the idea of not playing an NCAA basketball game in front of 0 fans. But a stadium employee who worked at the XFL's Seattle Dragons home game February 22nd at CenturyLink Field has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Wait, what? Say that again.
A stadium employee who worked at the XFL's. Do you know the XFL? Because
no.
we're on here. We
Who?
talk about it quite a bit.
Yes.
Who worked at the XFL Seattle Dragons home game February 22nd at CenturyLink Field has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Okay.
King County health officials said that no games scheduled to be played at the facility have been canceled. The MLS Seattle Sounders play host on Saturday to the Columbus Crew. And I don't know when Seattle plays again at home, but the Seattle Times reported that the employee who tested positive for the virus, which causes the disease, obviously known as the coronavirus, was a concessions vendor.
Oh,
man.
my
Not the nacho guy.
gosh.
Yep.
The beer guy.
There was an attendance of 22,060 people.
So he could have potentially infected 22,000.
Nah, you know how that works.
Let's
Don't
give
do
it
that.
maybe
Don't
5
do
to
that.
6.
Yes, potentially he could have done.
Like 5 to 6,000.
Yes. But even if that many people are going through the line, we have to knock it down a little bit further. There are quote from the statement from the people that there are no extra precautions required for those who attended the February 22nd game or who will attend the upcoming events. But all King County residents should know that the risk for infection of the virus is increasing in their community. But as of now, Seattle's professional sports organizations, the Dragons, First and Goal, Seahawks, Mariners, and Sounders Football Club will continue with scheduled events. They are in touch. The teams are in touch with local health officials and, of course, their leagues on a regular basis as this public issue continues to evolve.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is right.
Oh, boy.
What do you do? What do you mean?
Nothing.
I don't know.
What do? Just wash your hands and be as diligent as you can. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, what's wrong with us that now all of a sudden, like, Purell is, like, being sold
And
out?
Purell doesn't work as well as soap and water, people, so just quit with the Purell already. Today, you guys see, I was talking about, there was a guy in front of me at the gas station. He was buying cleaning up the gas station from Purell, the bigger bottles. And he's standing there talking to the gas station clerk, and he's like, yeah, the stores are all sold out, so I have to... Just wash your hands, dude. You don't have to spend $8 a bottle on Purell. This is not the cure-all. This is not a vaccine. Like, it's freaking alcohol. It's rubbing alcohol is what you're buying right now. Like, that's going to solve the world's
This
problems.
is an issue, though.
Yeah, gelled, scented rubbing alcohol.
Yes, exactly what it is.
Western Washington has been the center of the coronavirus outbreak in the United States. In total, 70 people in Washington state have been diagnosed, including the 11 who have died.
Right,
It's 11 now?
Yes, and just the state of Washington.
What do you know their ages?
I think a lot of it was from that nursing home that
Okay.
got infected.
Because the elderly
And that's-
and the young are the ones that usually pass.
No young
unfortunately,
person.
from
No young person has got it yet.
no.
Speaking of
But the flu, I'm
speaking
saying.
of elderly, my man, and I say that tongue in cheek.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know him. My guy, O.J. Simpson on Twitter,
Oh.
took a picture of himself outside of Costco wearing a mask, medical mask, and a bunch of bottled water saying, "Who's nervous about the coronavirus?" And I just wanted to be like, "You should be. You're old."
Well, we know he's no stranger to wearing a mask.
I was gonna say who's
Just saying.
Wear a mask.
Hello.
Come on, he did not.
Yes, he did.
He didn't
thinks
wear
O.J.
a
Simpson
mask.
is innocent?
He wore a glove.
He wore a
mask.
ski
It didn't
mask.
fit.
Yeah, he wore a mask too.
He wore a ski mask.
For
Didn't he?
what?
To kill his wife.
To go. Come on.
You don't think he did it? I will walk out of here right now if you think O.J. Simpson is innocent.
In a civil court of law, he's guilty.
So is Casey Anthony. What? Wait, what?
We're not going down a whatever channel it is, Judge Judy
O.J.
channel
Simpson
or
is
whatever.
guiltier than
I'm with Leah.
dude.
He also put something on Twitter that's like, you're innocent. This is America. You're innocent until proven guilty about something that's going on in Alabama. And I was like, no, OJ.
Yeah, stay.
No, OJ.
Take a seat, buddy.
Let's
take many seats.
We may joke about like your fantasy football take on it and how
She's
you look at
running
them.
around with Pedro Guerrero.
Like, no, OJ, don't. Let's not.
Oh, Jason said he did not wear a ski mask.
No, I didn't think so.
So Nicole had to see his face. Okay.
Just stop about that.
Sorry. Nobody thinks he's innocent except for you, Jay. You're the only one.
Well,
They share-
it's
they
hard to
share a
see.
name.
It's hard.
Jay and OJ.
I think that's why. Maybe there's some camaraderie there.
Man, that also bothers me a little bit too.
What? That you share a name?
No, because of OJ and his history, we couldn't name my son Jay Ben. I wanted to name him Jay, and then because my birth name is Jason, but everyone calls me Jay, his nickname would be OJ for Original J.
Oh,
And
yeah,
because of,
that's tricky.
Because of this thing that happened in '94.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you wanted to name him Orenthal.
No,
Oh,
that would have
yeah.
been cool though.
That would be a problem.
We talked about National Day. We talked about things that happened in history. March 6, 1985, Mike Tyson won his first pro fight today. 18 years old. 35 years ago today, Mike Tyson made his professional boxing debut. He defeated Hector Mercedes in a first-round TKO in Albany, New York. After that, for the rest of 1985, he fought every month, sometimes twice a month, going 14-0, winning all by knockout. Only 4 of those 14 fights went beyond the first round.
Yeah.
Less than 2 years later, Mike Tyson became the youngest boxer to win a heavyweight title at the age of 24 months and 22 days. Man.
Do you remember that? I remember that. I remember.
I
when he was
remembered, so
top of
at
his
that
game.
point right there, I'm 9.
Yeah, I was like 5.
I remember him winning. He knocked out Spinks for the title, right, T-Ray? I remember that. So I remember then it's like, you got to watch this guy. This kid's incredible. And then after that, I think...
He knocked Spinks out in like 49 seconds.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
He's got that really super intimidating manly voice, too. That's...
Ludicrous.
He's got that going
Yeah, that's
on.
what I said, ludicrous. How do we do that again? 35 years ago today, 18-year-old Mike Tyson made his professional boxing debut.
You know what? But he can
Defeated
knock
Hector Mercedes
anybody
via
out,
first
so
round
he can
TKO
talk
in
like
Albany,
that.
New York.
You know?
Yeah, I don't want him to hit me.
No.
Make fun of his voice in front of him, guys. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna tell him it was Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is like making news all of a sudden because it was last month, but maybe it's because the video was posted on ESPN. But Joey Chestnut, speaking of food, so everyone that's like, stop talking about food, keep it sports. Competitive eater, Joey Chestnut has won 12 of the last 13 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, but now he got in the hamburger game. He consumed 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes.
We know somebody that dated Joey Chestnut.
That's what I was thinking too. Should we reach out to her?
I don't think we can say her name and say that out loud.
Should we reach out to her, see if he'll call in next week or something?
Yeah.
Could.
Hello.
I mean, I don't know if he's the type of guy who's
I
like,
don't know
oh, you
if
have
she wants
to.
that public knowledge either.
We don't have to, but I can reach out to her and say, hey, do you think he would give us,
Did they end on good
how many
terms?
Big Macs?
He ate 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes.
That's just a Saturday for Troy.
I'll tell you what, Big Mac.
If there's gravy involved.
Wait, 38 and 32 minutes?
32 in 38 minutes.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, so
if
the
it was
video got
less than
posted.
1 a minute, I was like...
It was
I mean,
last
this
month.
Big
He said,
Mac attack. What do you think about the Big Mac?
I can't eat fast food burgers
But
at all.
do you
ever.
like a Big Mac though?
You know, I don't like Thousand Island dressing, so no.
Oh, see, like if that might be the only thing we differ on.
I could do if I been drinking.
But if I'm going to McDonald's, a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Can I get mine without onion though, please?
Same way.
I like the double cheeseburger though.
See, you always got to make the T-Roy just.
And
the
imagine
onions, just the onions, just
the professional eaters, they dip it in water, right, to slide down the
Well,
bun.
we can look at the video.
You
or
can
whatever
dip
else.
it
I
in
don't
gravy.
want to watch gluttony, but I mean,
What do
we
you
could.
mean? I wonder how many Big Macs I could eat in 38 minutes.
We should have a contest.
Yeah,
I won a
over-
chicken eating contest when I was 14.
Out of like the fast food sandwiches, I think I feel like I could put a lot of Big Macs down.
I couldn't.
You're not gonna in 38 minutes. You're not even gonna get to 6.
Should we have this contest?
I lost your mind.
I'll do it.
I guarantee I can do at least a dozen.
Oh, I can't do that. But if we had a fried
Have you
chicken
ever
eating
done
contest, I think I could.
any eating contest before?
I have.
I think I did like a hot dog thing once or something.
Did you dip it in gravy?
No.
What eating contest did you do, Bomber?
Fried chicken. With my stepfather's business.
This is a lie.
I swear to God. It was at Frank's Chicken. I was like 11, 12, 13, 14, something like that. And it was my stepdad's client. And his name was Big Bob Borman. Bob Borman, if you're listening, I love you, miss you. And we ate, they were closing down the kitchen. It was the Unlimited Friday or whatever chicken they had. And I had, I believe, 12 pieces. And they actually closed down the kitchen.
There you go.
12 pieces of fried chicken.
You shut down the kitchen at 11 years old. They were like, that's it. 12 pieces, that's our
No, it was like closing time. It wasn't like we shut it down.
Oh, so you're saying you could have kept going?
We could have kept going. We tied.
See?
Yeah. Because they were like, we're closing the kitchen.
Don't be down my girl, dude.
Dude, I will prove it to you.
story.
It is
And you decided to have at 11 had a fried
I think
chicken
it was a little
eating
maybe
contest.
13. I was between 11 and 14. I was young.
With who was it? It was just
It
you.
was
and-
my stepdad's business client. Bob Borman is his name.
But I said, have you gotten into a contest? And you're like, yeah, this.
It was between us.
Here,
But
we're
this
just-
guy's like 250 pounds, 6'6", and I was like, let's go, bro. And my parents are the ones that are like, do it.
Let's get 12 Big Macs here next Friday.
Let's do
See
it.
if
Let's
I can
what
do
we
it.
I'll even participate. Let's go.
Put the clock on, and we'll just let you
I can
eat
eat
and
like a
talk all the way
man.
through it. You think you can do 12 in 38
30
minutes?
You
Do you
can?
want to?
No.
That's the thing. I
No, I'll probably end up throwing up afterwards.
You probably will.
All right, I'm all right with that.
I tell you what, though, if you do, I will buy you KFC for a year.
We need to come up with something. We need to have some type of thing. We need to have like a Van's bread nuggets or something that we need to do. Like to
that'd be a
have
tough
Van's wings or something.
Yeah, the wings would be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bread nuggets.
Spicy.
Well,
and you got to
delicious.
clean the wing.
Fill
Too.
you
I
That's
don't
what
want.
I'm saying.
I don't be coming with
Yeah.
a bunch of meat left on the bone.
Yeah, I would definitely be
You
the
know what I'm
judge.
saying.
I
I feel
finally
ya.
would be the judge, be like,
feel ya,
"That's
dog.
that one doesn't count."
I would do a wing eating contest with you.
All right.
Let's do it. Or KFC fried chicken eating contest with you.
Okay.
Be surprised how much food I could put away.
We're just gonna do legs.
I could be Jay, no question.
Just do legs, make it easy.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I
You
know
can eat
that.
wings?
No, you can't.
What about a gravy drinking contest?
Oh my God! I would do it.
So gross.
Just for bragging rights, I would do it.
I've never done any type. Of course, never any. That's the whole thing, the gluttony of it. Just
I have to check my weight after I eat.
no, stop it.
So you're like completely turned off by eating contests,
Look at
but
his
you're all
Fitbit.
for
How
the
many steps
face.
did that give me?
Well, yeah, because I like to try different things. I mean, I'm not going to go up
So you
there.
don't overdo it at a buffet.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
just,
gonna. I'm not
try
going
it
up there
light.
7 times. Enough's
Oh,
enough.
Derek said 40 chicken nuggets in 10 minutes. I could do that hands down.
Oh yeah.
Done. Easy.
40 chicken nuggets.
I've
in
done
10
20
minutes?
in 5 minutes. So
I feel like I could go that route.
I could probably do 80 in 10 minutes.
That's so easy.
The hot mustard, I'm a fan of
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
even need it. Just boom, those little bangers right
Yeah.
there. Bang, bang, bang.
Just mindless eating.
Where do you get the idea that you're like, all right, I'm going to set this world record and eat 38 in 32 minutes,
And they're
or
always
32
the
and 38 minutes?
skinniest dudes, too. They're
I
always...
don't know where you get the idea, but I mean,
It's a world record now.
I don't think I could do that many, but
Do you know how they train? They eat heads of lettuce.
Yeah, they grow their stomach.
Yeah, they in water, and they do that the night before, and then, it's insane. Just,
so they drink a bunch of water, so their tummy's used to being big.
Yeah.
yeah. Because the lettuce will stretch out your stomach
Yeah.
and give you that extra room that you need.
But then it comes out real easy.
Yeah, that too. Probably. That makes sense.
Lettuce.
They have a lot of fiber.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
lettuce keeps you flowing, Jay.
There's a lot of fiber.
I just
and-
couldn't do the
and
texture of the water when they dip the hot dogs in the water and they put
That's
it. I'm like,
gross.
the texture.
Yeah.
Oh man, that wouldn't.
No way.
I'd be out first round. I'd be like, "Ugh, ugh."
I'd rather just get it down and then drink some water and then.
Yeah,
No.
but that's what speeds it up. They just slide it down their throat. what she said.
Second one today.
Yeah, I knew that. Well, it's not much easier because I'm trying to not do the verbal all right, so now I'm just doing
I got a
nonverbal.
tear coming out of my eye right now.
Now I'm just doing nonverbals because everyone's out there like, oh, there's another all right. Put that on. Yeah. So now I'm just going nonverbal now.
So his new all right's the middle finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna count that as
I guess that's it. All right. Well, let's look at the XFL. Let's Well, you know what? Let's take a break and come back and talk about the XFL.
You got me all confused.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't see the time.
Doesn't
Time
take
flies
much.
when you're having fun and
Talk
flipping the
about
bird.
food.
Yeah, flipping the bird.
Vance Pizza and More open at the TBK Plex, the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Road, has outstanding specials this month of March. They've brought back the Reuben Pizza and now available on the regular menu. Personal pizzas and burger baskets. All you got to do is call 563-232-1396. Vance Pizza More is going to have all that hot and ready for you to carry out, or you can dine in. Or, Leah, if you live in Bettendorf, delivery area is limited. Please ask when you call.
Okay.
That number, once again, 563-232-1396. Vance Pizza More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Make your next new or used purchase a slam dunk at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll have the full court press advantage each and every time. You'll be treated like a star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles, too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right, I said it.
These are shocking things. All right, put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugatz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing. Do they?
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
right in the garbage.
right off the
Right in the
garbage. I'm going to throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
The Storm return to the Tax Slayer Center this weekend to take on the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs and Birmingham Bulls. Friday is Pirate and Princess Night presented by Surface Master and Family Focus. Get to your seats early for $2 beers and hot dogs until puck drop. Saturday is Marvel Superhero Night presented by TVK Bank. The first 1,000 fans get a Captain America bobblehead, and the Storm will be wearing Black Panther, Captain America, and Iron Man jerseys. They'll be auctioned off after the game. And come back on Sunday for Pucks and Paws Day presented by Nestle Purina. All tickets are just $10 and you can get them at QuadCityStorm.com.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Dan and Stu, not only is the shipping container headlined by Roy and Chris opening up the Cats Den pregame, but I have just received word that the shipping container will be playing sumo hockey during the second intermission.
Wow.
All right.
Let me know how that goes.
Billy doesn't look in. Why is
Dan,
Billy?
you down for this
Why
too,
is
or
Billy skeptical?
supporting us?
Billy, I think I should do that with you guys.
I mean, you're lucky you won't need a costume.
Oh.
Because you're fat.
Oh, man, no.
I heard it the first time off the mic. Thank you, Chris.
Hammered it home, though.
That would be funny. Let's do it that way, actually. You guys are in the costume, and I'm just out there as myself.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed. guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile, and you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or AmeriFile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
When you're listening to the best sports talk in the Quad Cities, you know you're listening to the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back. We are drinking gravy and having a great time in the show on a Friday.
Well, yeah. Speaking of things like that, if you don't want to drink gravy and everything else, and you want to
Who doesn't want to drink
focus
gravy?
on a new and fun way to get fit for yourself and your family, contact Tim Hernandez. Tim is pushing the product that has been good for this area and good for people who want to focus on new and fun ways to get
People
fit.
that weigh in every day.
Stop. The ID Life.
Ounces, Jay,
ID
ounces.
Life wants you to be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The name stands for individually designed life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike, so everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. If you have any health problems that may be holding you back, the doctors and scientists develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you the most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee, or call Tim Hernandez today at 563-508-7221 so he can show you what makes ID Life different is you. All right, week 5 of the XFL.
Here we go.
This is it. This is the halfway point.
All downhill from here.
Oh, no.
We're going to play them one game at a time after this, Jay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Halfway through. I mean, this season is just flying by. This is
Well, there's only 10 games, right?
10. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not really a season. Do we really call it a season? I mean, it's like a baby season.
Hey, at one point, the NFL was only 13 games.
It's like
now
a
they're
hockey
at 17.
season.
Let's not.
All right.
Oh.
You used his line on him.
Wow.
That was golden.
That Front Street Brewery Porter is going to her head over here. All right.
I'm in trouble.
In a good way, all right.
I'm
I
in
guess we're having
danger.
fun here now. All right, XFL. Week 5, we're going to make our picks. T-Roy, do you have the list of how we're looking so far, all of us combined? I mean, I know I'm 11 and 5.
Jay, I have it.
I know what mine is. I'm 11 and 5.
Yeah, Jay's doing the
4,
best,
5,
I think, in this,
6,
right?
Yeah, Jay's 11 and 5. Adam, 6, 7. So you're 9 and 7.
Me? What am I?
You
Wow,
came
you
late
didn't
to-
do
you came
them
late to the
all.
party.
You came in late, but you
Oh.
are 3 and 5.
Oh.
You got to pick it up.
And
I do.
I am 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Oh boy, I think I'm 6 and 10. Yeah.
Ooh, we both need to pick up the
Yeah,
pace
we
here.
both. I mean, technically, you and I, you're like halfway.
Yeah.
So we're the same.
Yep.
We both
On
equally
pace.
suck on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On pace to
Adam's
suck.
pretty good
Awesome.
at this. That's the only thing.
Adam, what's the
was
secret?
pretty
Is
good
it that
at this.
porter?
Wheels have fallen off the last couple weeks.
You know, wheels have fallen off, but you're not walking around here claiming to be the AF or the XFL
Shefty,
Shefty.
yeah, XFL Shefty.
You know, somebody else is.
I'm not claiming it. It's truth.
It is true. He's kind of killing it.
He's
11 and
immersed
5
himself.
on the year. So if you go to Elite Sportsbook, place your bets down, more than likely you're going to walk away with some.
Don't listen to Amelia right now.
Nope.
Don't say that. You never know. You could have they can.
I
That's the
went-
thing.
I
We
went
all
4
make our
last
picks. The listeners have their sound judgment. They say, you know what, this person makes more sense. Except for I make the most sense. But that's up to them. All right. Are we ready
Adam's
to go?
only struggled the last 2 weeks.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yes. Ready.
All right.
Is it time to play the game?
Yeah, it was time to play a little bit of the game.
Is it time to play the game?
Yeah.
But is it time to play? 'Cause I'm going to play the game.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Let's. What's the first game we got?
We have the Seattle Dragons, full of coronavirus and all, traveling to Houston to take on the Roughnecks.
Don't like what Seattle's doing at all, except for the changing quarterback. So, this line opened up at what, T-Roy?
This one
when
opened
Jake
up
was in on
at
Tuesday.
13.5.
And is
it's
now
been
down to?
Knocked down to 12.5, sir.
I did tell you at the beginning that was too many points.
He did tell us.
He did.
I did. Now, the 12.5. Here's what I'm going to tell you. And again, roll your eyes and say he doesn't know what he's talking about. The trend is, if the line has moved from when the line opens up when Jake comes in on Tuesday and is changed on Friday, it is going to move another half to a point by the time this goes kickoff. So if you like the line right now, get in and do it. Other than that, you're not going to get it tomorrow, and you're not going to get it the same on Sunday as we're speaking right now. That is the trend. The reason why I know is because I do go to the Elite Sportsbook and go see Hannah at the cashiers and place a bet.
I'm going to do that today.
Probably loves it when you come in, too.
She does, as long as I'm not wearing my Sanooks. So, 13.5 is what it opened at. This is at now. Houston minus 12.5. Originally, when we made the picks, I picked Houston minus 10. That 1 point shouldn't scare me, but now I feel like I need to wait. If I like the points, I need to go right now. If I like Houston, I can wait. That's the thing. Seattle made a change at quarterback at second half of the game last week and ended up covering the spread against St. Louis. They were on the road as well. This is back-to-back road games for Seattle, though. You guys waiting for me to make a pick, or?
Well, yeah, you just keep saying stuff, so we're waiting for you. You're kicking it off, Coach.
Well, I'm the one. Yeah.
All right, I'll start.
You're the man. Thanks, Adam.
I'll take the points. Give me Seattle.
All right, Adam's taking Seattle. Bombs.
I think I'm going to go with Houston.
All right, Bombs is with T-Roy. I'm taking Houston as well, Jay.
This sucks.
Mm-hmm.
No. Wait. No, I'm taking the point. Wait. Oh.
Oh. Hey. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, I gotta look at this. Stop.
Stop.
I gotta look at this. Houston in St. Louis. St. Louis was 12.5, and they didn't cover the spread. I'm trying to use logic here.
Really, Spock?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I just don't know. All right, I liked it at the beginning of the week. I'm taking the points as well. I'm taking Seattle.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we busted into that. Yeah. The witch doctor.
I'm glad you guys like that. You guys are having fun over there. I'm staring at these numbers. They're supposed to come at me like, what is that, a beautiful mind? It's all supposed to come at me. I'm staring at this small piece of paper, like waiting for numbers to come at me and give this bit of thought. And you guys are over there singing a Chipmunk song.
It's not a Chipmunk song.
Okay, Rain Man.
Didn't they sing that song?
No, it's a witch doctor. It was called. That's called the witch doctor. He told me what to do.
Yeah, the
I
Chipmunk
think
singer.
there is a Chipmunk rendition.
Thank you.
There might be a Chipmunk rendition, but the OG
it wasn't the original.
Anyway.
Sorry. Would you like me
The
to
Chipmunks are
Google?
the original.
No, we were singing the original. Anyway, the New York Guardians at the Dallas Renegades. You look up your Chipmunks.
Yeah, you go ahead and run with this. Yeah.
No,
He has to be right.
Well, he's over there sweating like he's reading a book when he's looking at these spreads. I don't know what's going on.
He said he wants the numbers to come at him like a beautiful
All
mind.
right. It is Dallas -7. This one has also come down from the opening. It was -8 for the Renegades. I think the Renegades just have too much for the Guardians right now, so I'm going to stick with Dallas.
Dallas.
And I'll give up the points.
I think I'm with you on that one. I got Dallas as well.
I'm going to go with Dallas, too.
All right. Bombs is with Dallas. And Chipmunk, what are you looking up? What do you got?
Would you want me to tell you
I'm
about the
Googling
Chipmunks or about the?
I want it. Well, you tell me either one. You give me your bet, and you can tell me that you're wrong about the Chipmunks being the original.
No. We're kind of like on the same. We're both right.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay, so it's like you know the song during the '80s, "Warrior" by Scandal.
Yeah.
But it's with
Patty Smythe.
Patty Smythe, and some people think it's Patty Smythe. Some people say, but it's like, oh no, it's Scandal with Patty Smythe. Witch Doctor was originally written and performed by Ross Bergedison Sr. under the stage name David Seville, and David Seville is the Chipmunk. So he released it and then turned around and did a Chipmunk version.
So
Do you know
we're
what I'm saying?
right.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this. It's a weird like.
Which came first?
Same guy.
I think the Chipmunks came first.
Oh.
We'll get to that. Go back to what now. Let's get back to sports before everyone just loses their gosh darn mind. All right, Guardians, Renegades. What's the line?
-7. Renegades down a point.
I'm taking the Guardians on the road.
Oh,
I'm taking the road favorite. I mean the road dog.
He's road dogging it up.
That one I need to get in right now. Before that gets down to below that 7. I wish I would have liked it. I liked it better at +8 though. Is what it opened up at.
All right. Next up, Jays Battlehawks. Give me the cry. At Leah's DC Defenders.
This is moved,
DC
right?
has gone down the wrong path the last 2 weeks. Getting shut out in Tampa Bay last week. Things not looking good for the Defenders.
Nope.
St. Louis, though, been playing really well as of late. They are favored by 4.5. That has gone up a point. They were 3.5. It's gone up to 4.5.
I'm going with my Defenders.
Yeah, I'm going with Bomber too. I'm taking the home dog.
Adam?
I mean, Defenders were my horse in this race to start, but I think St. Louis is looking too good right now. I'll take St. Louis.
I'm sticking with Adam. I'm going St. Louis.
St. Louis is averaging 17 points on the road. DC at home is averaging 29.5 games at home. They've been away for 2 games is like their homecoming.
Yeah.
All right. Final game on the docket, Jaber.
Bomber goes, yeah.
Yeah.
My newly victorious Tampa Bay Vipers.
25-0 winners. Tyson, by the way, went to the game.
Yeah, they're
Tyson
killing
Blazer.
it.
Tyson Blazer.
Oh, who's that?
He's the guy that
our
we had
guy.
on. Yeah,
Oh, our guy.
he messaged me and he said, I went to the game. Yeah. He's like, you talked me into it.
You have a good time?
I said, yeah. I said, well, you're part of the Fang gang now.
Fang gang.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sound of the men.
Working on the
Fang.
Yeah, yeah.
See, she can sing too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Tampa Bay at LA. LA road or home favorite -2.5. This is up from -1.5. Down, up, whatever you want to call it.
This is Wildcats all day long.
Football.
All day long.
You think so?
Oh,
Twice on Sunday.
I had this at -9. Josh Johnson, quarterback over what? Who's Tampa Bay? They got Cornelius.
Well, it's funny that it's -2.5 now because that's what I guessed originally. But that being said, Tampa Bay is on a winning streak, and they caught fire. Watch out.
A 1-game winning streak. And you know what they say about XFL teams that travel from the East Coast to the West Coast? It never works out well.
Okay, well,
They pay less taxes.
we're gonna have to buck the trend some point. Liz, what you got?
I'm gonna go with LA.
All right, Adam.
LA for me as well.
All right. No hell yes, no XFL
Oh,
yes.
yeah, of
None
course.
them.
Sorry. I'm
No,
looking
we
at-
didn't have one.
Oh, I'm looking at the over-under.
Done this week.
The over/under is still 40, right?
Oh, yeah. The over-under still 40. Tampa Bay's averaging 6 points on the road. The Wildcats are averaging 28 points at home. So, unless Cornelius does something, I don't know what Tampa Bay...
Is it Tom Cornelius, our former...
It does start with a T. I think it's Trevor.
Oh.
But it does start with a T.
Mm.
So it's close. As far as over-unders go, give me the Seattle-Houston one real quick. Over-under.
Over/under, Seattle-Houston.
Yeah. Or did you write it down, the change?
It is. It was 45.5, and you said it's up to 46.5?
Yeah, I guess 48 originally.
Or 46.
That's okay with going the over there.
Mm.
Yeah, go the over.
Did it go up to 46?
Yes, remember.
See, I was at 46.5, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Go ahead and go the over there. New York and Dallas, the over-under is what?
37.
37,
It
right on
stayed
the head.
the same. You nailed it on the head.
Uh-huh. Go under in that one.
The next one was 39.
Go over in that one.
What is it at now?
I think it went to...
Would it go up to 40, you said?
Yeah.
And then I was at 41, so I'm even closer now.
Go under in that one.
And then the 40.5.
I'm sorry. Go over, and you said 40,
And
right?
the LA one went up to 41.5, and I was at 42, so now I'm closer on that
under on that one. LA, Tampa Bay, go under the 41.5. Go over the 40 in St. Louis and DC. Under in New York, Dallas at 37. Over in Seattle and Houston.
You're going to have to write these down for me, Jay, so I can go to the casino.
Yeah, you and I might be paddling the same boat, doing a little convoy out there.
Okay, let's do it.
We're going to start a convoy.
I got night vision.
Ain't that a beautiful sight?
That's your XFL, and I'm excited about it. I feel good.
We got IFL talk coming up, too?
We will. Doug Bland, the owner of the Steamwheelers, is going to come in at about 1:30, and we're going to talk about that, and he'll give us a background of all the games that are going on in this week, and we'll make our guesses from there. I guess we have to be like really, really nice about where we put the Steamwheelers at because they're in Cedar Rapids this weekend. We don't want to upset the owner, right? No, we don't, is the answer.
Oh, I thought it was multiple choice.
No, it wasn't, no. So baseball season's coming up, and the Major League Baseball has to decide the best way to police in-game clubhouse video. And they have not come up with any rule changes, but they have some options. Okay. And the most extreme is that all TVs in the clubhouse and video room would reportedly be turned off during games, with the one exception being a TV in the training room that carries the broadcast on an 8-second delay. This is a big change for the players that if this were to happen, again, nothing has been decided. This would be a big change of what they have. Players have grown accustomed to using technology, and this is legally they're using the technology during the games, with hitters and pitchers often going in the clubhouse between innings to study video of their previous at-bats and to make adjustments. Here's what some of the players are saying. Red Sox designated hitter J.D. Martinez told SI, Sports Illustrated, that the potential in-game video ban is a joke and that it would take the game back 30 years. He said, "I think what people don't get is there is a new generation that revolves around technology. To me, studying my swing and making changes, that's what makes me who I am. I got released doing it the other way." He's right. He got released by the Detroit Tigers.
I see both sides.
Well, here's the other side. Albert Pujols, you guys know him, right?
Yeah.
He's the last National League back-to-back MVP winner. He now plays for the Angels. He said he would welcome a return to the days of his youth when players watched footage before and after games.
Right.
He told The Athletic, if they want to take it away, then let's go back to old school. I think a lot of guys would like that. And I think at the end, you'll find it's more relaxing. You don't have to think too much. You can trust your skill.
I see both sides. Still. You know, you don't. It's immediate gratification. Like in between, you're back there. It's constant pressure. It's the dude. Look now, dude. Focus on the game while you're there. When you get home, look at the replays and do that then.
Yeah,
and
but I
do
mean,
your homework and study and then work harder. You don't have to do it all at the same time. Like you just focus on the game while you're playing.
The argument there is going to be more the designated hitter because you got JD Martinez who has the time. He doesn't have to go out and play a position.
Right.
He can spend in between innings making adjustments to his swing and everything.
Well, that's why you're a designated hitter. That's your only job.
Yeah. But he shouldn't.
Do you know what I'm saying? People are going to say, "Well, get rid of the designated hitter then."
No.
No, just change.
Make
the rules.
it league wide.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference.
Well,
but if they take this, I'm saying if they take it away, he's saying that he makes his living off of that, and rightfully so. But he's also saying that he's going to get his numbers are going to go down because that's what got him released because he wasn't watching in between innings, in between at bats.
But he's saying he only has to put in the time when he's on the clock. Like you can't do it off the clock. Like do it on your own time too. That's how you get better at your skill.
He's making adjustments in between at bats.
Okay, I totally understand that. I don't know. Maybe you have to.
But then again, what do you have a hitting coach for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not easy.
There's people watching that for you.
Yeah. It's not easy for us because when we're kids and we're playing Little League and someone says, like, "Oh, you're stepping in the bucket," you're like, "Whatever." Well, at least my kid says that. So.
Sean said JD got let go from the Astros, not the Tigers.
Oh, the Astros. Okay, good.
It's funny, though. Like, in baseball, I take the purist route where I'm like, yeah, get rid of it. But then in football, like, you know, them sitting there with, you know, a tablet and the all-22 cam and watching breakdowns doesn't bother me at all. I don't know.
Oh, but Sean said, and this is a friend of mine, good friend of mine, and he's a scout. He's a minor league baseball player. He said, in-game, between at-bats, it can be an effective tool, but he is the rarity. He videos everything he does. Even when he was playing in the field, he still did this.
JD.
Yes.
And Albert Pujols says, like, he wants to take it back to the old school way.
Right.
I say take it back to when they were puffing on heaters and shotgun Schlitz in there, too.
Take it back to hunting and gathering.
Speaking of shotgun or something, we got a beer bong over
You gonna shotgun a Desperado?
It's Friday. Friday.
Chug that Oreo right now.
Again, they haven't announced anything, but we're getting closer to, first pitch for the season. You've seen the videos, people videotaping the Astros, and they haven't made a real change on what they're going to do for the technology, but it's going to affect someone. Not everyone's going to be happy.
It's just nobody ever is.
No.
There's always going to be people who don't eat tacos from KFC.
That's got nothing to do with it.
I'm just saying, you got your potatoes and your potatoes.
Yeah.
How dare you bring up those tacos?
You got your givers and your takers.
By the way, I never eat KFC either.
Is that how I sound?
I don't know.
do I have an accent or whatever?
You should.
Where's your monocle, Jay? You need a monocle and a pipe.
I'm so happy to invite all of you guys into the studio.
We love you so much.
Damn it.
That's all your favorite.
Do not disrespect me.
I did not.
I
Do not
didn't mean
collect
it like that either.
$200. Do not pass go.
I will throw my white monster off your forehead.
All right. There it is. Gosh darn it all.
Can't avoid it.
We did it.
It wasn't so fun to razz him, he's just...
I know, now I feel bad.
No. Guys, you should feel bad. No one mentioned my haircut.
Oh, I thought it looked
He gets
cute.
so mad every time you don't mention his haircut. Y'all haven't mentioned mine. I've had like
look in this
18
pine
since I've been here.
shirt or anything like that.
It is straight today.
Straight today.
Thanks for noticing, T-Roy.
Jay, your hair looks great, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Before we switch over to looking at, we're just going to look at some bold predictions for the NFL free agency. Want to say happy birthday to Hassler out there, Brebner. It's his birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Brebs.
Yeah. Happy B-Day.
I'll bet, let me guess how old Brebs is. Brebs is a sparkling new 36.
Ooh. What is it? Do we know?
I don't know.
No. If you still listen, I know he's out there earlier. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to take, tell me if this is right. 20. Yeah, I'll do this. Take $60, my own. Put $20 on the White Sox to win. What should it be? Here, hear me out. Because we'll do a giveaway. All right, we'll end up getting someone's sponsors.
It's a dead giveaway.
Hear me out. $20 on should be the White Sox to win the division, the AL pennant, or the World Series. Same thing with the Cubs. Division, NL pennant, Cubs. St. Louis, NL division, pennant, Cubs. And then we'll give away those tickets from Elite Sportsbook.
Okay.
And then,
That's awesome.
and the winning ticket, we'll make a giveaway. Because I wanted to do it. This is actually Erickson's idea of something we should have done at the beginning of the football season, but it was still so close and brand new. I mean, August flipped like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what should we do? I mean, obviously, there's going to be more of a payout for a lucky listener to get one of the three. We'll do 3 different giveaways. The payout's going to be more for the World Series, right? But more likely for the division.
Yeah.
So which one? Talk me through
Let's
this.
do division. I would do division. So you're doing like what, Central, West, East, stuff like that? You want to do that?
Yeah.
It would be to win a Central, but obviously the ticket, whoever has the Cardinals or the Cubs, I mean, there's, yeah.
I don't know if the Cubs can win the division this year.
You know, don't ever say that in my presence.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that was a slap against
Not you.
humanity and me.
No.
Because I don't really fit in.
But the payout, isn't it more enticing to have a World Series ticket in your hand? I bet than just in a division. I mean, I know.
No, I don't think so. I think they're all equally as exciting. I got excited when I bet on the Super Bowl, and I got excited when I bet on.
But you didn't bet a future, though. That's the thing. Let's take a look at this real quick. I'll let you know what the payout is.
Okay.
All right.
You're not even saying anything over there. What are you staring at the
It's not
iPad?
even-
I'm trying to get the camera thing fixed.
My
Mr. Rand.
haircut?
He took me off because I'm wearing a Cubs.
No, I
That's
did
not-
not.
that's not what-
It's a joke, you guys. You need to settle down.
All
It's
right.
okay. I love
All
you.
right.
All right.
No, don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I'm scared of Jay.
I know. I feel like we're gonna get grounded.
I don't take away the TV. Is all I gotta ask. I got Dateline on tonight. I gotta watch.
Is it a new one?
2020. Yes,
So
every
see the
Friday.
division. So like say we just put 20 on the White Sox, it would just be a ticket 20 to win $70.
Okay.
So should we up it up a little bit?
Yeah, up it up. That's not enough. That's not incentive enough. I don't think.
Yeah, but maybe they're favored.
No, it was plus 2. 200. Or plus 350, sorry. Now, see, hear me out here. If we do it, math is hard.
It is. Adulting's even harder.
So let's see. If we put $20 on the White Sox to win the American League pennant, it would pay out $300.
That's better.
See, maybe we should just go with the pennant.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's take a look at the National League real quick and how that will work. See, yeah, because
Braves.
the division isn't. It's fun. Let's do it. Let's do that. So here's what I'll do. Before the season, we'll give 3 giveaways.
Okay.
Cubs are plus. Let's see. Yeah, it's odds are. See, what am I saying? We're giving away a ticket to someone that might win $200. If you put 20 down on the Cubs, you win $200.
Yeah.
If you win 20 down, put 20 down on the St. Louis and they win the NL pennant, you get $1,400.
Ooh, son.
I mean, 140. Sorry, or whatever.
I like it.
It'll
I
all
like
work
it.
out. Yeah. So I think
is it
that's
okay if I put money on both?
Well, you can do that. Yeah, you want. I just want to do a giveaway and make it fun.
Yeah. Can I bet under an alias?
No, you're not betting. It will be a giveaway.
Okay, but can I get in on the giveaway?
Yes, you can get in on the
Oh,
giveaway.
I can't. Okay.
We just got to figure out how we're gonna
I didn't know if I
make
was
the giveaway.
excluded since I'm part of the.
Well,
Posse.
keep doing that. All right, and get whatever else, and you'd
You're
be
fired.
Yeah. All right, so
Keep it up. You can't be part of the giveaway.
give me give me a yay or nay on these free agent predictions from John Breach of CBSSports.com. Yay or nay on what you think?
Okay.
All right, he's just making predictions, kind of like a little hot take, see what people are doing. So, yay or nay? Tom Brady signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Don't say it yet. Tom Brady signs with the Buccaneers. All right. John Breach writes, if I'm Brady's agent, I'm steering him toward Tampa, and that's because the Bucs have something that the Patriots couldn't offer last year: actual offensive weapons. The Buccaneers currently have a situation that Brady could thrive in with offensive skill players like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, and Cameron Brate. Compared to the offensive talent that Brady had to play with last year, that's like going from a steak made out of a hamster meat to a filet mignon.
Hamster's really good, by the way.
Not to mention the Bucs can basically write Brady a blank check. Yay or nay, Tom Brady signs with the Buccaneers?
Nay.
Yay.
You love that, don't you?
That was one of my original predictions.
Ain't gonna happen.
Dude, him and Arians would like make out together. It wouldn't be like this thing where like Belichick.
Arians.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of forgot about the Arians factor in time.
I mean, because Belichick's such a stiff old man, and Arians is this fun dude that likes to smoke a cigar, drink some good wine, hang out on his little pontoon boat. He's gonna talk to Tom. He's like, "Hey, man, I got this thing ready for you. We'll just draft all old linemen. We're gonna get you protected. This is what I got for weapons. They have the weapons. We already know that Brady doesn't need much of a running back to help him out. He'll dink and dunk. Ronald Jones III, I believe, he'll be fine. He'll do the job. Maybe they pick up another running back on the way. Maybe they get one of the free agents. Maybe they sign Melvin Gordon. Who knows? I like it. In Tampa Bay, I mean, I've been saying this for 2 years, but they're they have the talent. They're a quarterback away. At first, I thought they were a coach away, and then Jameis just couldn't get it done. They're a quarterback away.
That woke T-Roy up.
Yeah, it did.
It is.
I like it. Back from the dead. We got T-Roy
Adam,
in
what do
the
you think?
house.
You know, like the Tampa Bay makes more sense than some other places for him to land, but
start touching my leg.
I don't see it happening.
Ooh, don't tell anybody.
I don't see him going to Tampa Bay.
I don't see him going to Florida, period, ever. No way, no how. California boys do
Even
not
though
go to Florida.
no sales tax. Yeah.
That doesn't, like, he really, when you're making that much
I
money,
heard
you're worried
Tom
about
and
sales tax?
Giselle are going to become Scientologists too.
That would not surprise
Saying
me.
that would be a huge thing.
Ugh, Florida's
John Breach.
so gross.
His bold predictions. Andy Dalton gets traded to the Patriots. If Brady leaves, Breach says, Dalton would fit the game manager description that the Pats would be looking for, and he wouldn't cost that much terms in salary at $17.5 million and trade compensation. Yay or nay?
Nay. I don't think Bill wants anything to do with
Though Belichick's got the kind of ego that he could take any quarterback
and turn
make
him
them
into
better.
a champion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look what he did with Castle back in the
That's
day.
right.
Yeah, but I could see him doing that.
He went 11-5.
More with some no name that he dug up from wherever. Than
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Andy Dalton.
Andy's not a bad quarterback.
Like the blind side.
Not bad, but
Belichick edition.
makes a lot of mistakes when it counts.
Got to bring him from the bottom. Now you're here.
I think Andy's a bad quarterback.
Do you want Andy Dalton to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
Then that's all you have to answer right there.
I'm just saying if he'd do it. I'm going to have to say nay to this, though, 'cause
Yeah.
I think they find something in the draft they like better.
Phillip Rivers signs with the Colts. Rivers is familiar with Colts coach Frank Reich and offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni, both of whom coached with the Chargers while Rivers was in San Diego/LA.
Nay, we don't want him.
I have no idea who that is, so I cannot participate.
That's a hard yay. Your new quarterback.
That is a hard yay.
No.
Get him and Mitch are going to be so in tears.
I'd happily take Jacoby back over bringing Rivers in. I think he's done, man.
Who's Rivers? Why can't I place this person?
Phillip? He's been in the
Rivers.
league since 2004.
Meanwhile, Brady
He's got
going to
more
the
kids
Chargers,
than
I
all
would
of us
find
put
very
together.
interesting.
Gross.
Brady
Poor
going
guy.
to Chargers is interesting. But that leads me to the next John Breach prediction. Cam Newton gets traded to the Chargers.
Oh, I love Cam Newton.
The Chargers need a quarterback and a superstar to help them earn some popularity in L.A. Newton would fit that bill, and the Panthers don't seem married to keeping Cam around. Yay or nay, Cam Newton gets traded to the Chargers.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
You like that?
I like it.
I could kind of
I
see
like
that.
Cam Newton.
I the whole thing that I see is that L.A. needs some type of star power. The Chargers do.
Cam needs he needs to what do you?
He's got
he
kind of
needs
the
to take
LA
a shower.
personality too.
He needs to take a shower and clean off.
Who?
You mean a change of scenery type of thing?
Yes.
Mm.
He's dirty down there in Carolina, and I think they're
Not
kind
in a bad way, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
a change
he
of
just
scenery,
needs
just
to get
a
done.
refreshing. Yeah,
Yeah,
refresh. Yeah, there you go for a shower. Like, yeah.
He needs some Irish Spring.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Only I didn't say it at the same time, and then you weren't going to leap over and hug me like you do with Bomber. But I was going to say Irish Spring.
I smell better than you.
I was going to say Irish Spring though. But anyway,
I'll hug you right now.
I don't mind that. I don't
I
mind
didn't
a
want
new.
you come over here and hugging me like you did Leah.
All right.
I don't. I don't mind a new spot for Cam Newton. Final one by John Breach. Teddy Bridgewater signs with the Bears.
Can't hurt or help, so whatever.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Nope.
Can't.
It's
kind of whatevs.
I would say it's 10 times better than what you got. And what Teddy did when Drew was out, Teddy did a great job.
Okay.
I think
Teddy's used to that division,
yes.
Yeah.
and he would love to go back and give Minnesota a what for?
A what for?
Yeah,
A twofer?
I mean, be like what we like call what for?
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm kind of yay, nay, whatever. Just up in the air. Doesn't matter. What do you think, Jay?
I think if I go back on it, I don't know how great of a quarterback Teddy Bridgewater is going to do, but I will say this. I'm impressed by him signing another year with New Orleans, getting into a system, being with a coach like that, Sean Payton. Sometimes athletes rush to try to grab the money right away instead of establishing himself, being like, I can work in a system, I can be behind Drew Brees, and he was undefeated when he was. I'm impressed with what Teddy Bridgewater did.
Okay.
So I think he needs to be paid somewhere. And again, what you said, it's got to be better than Mitch. So they need someone mobile.
Yeah, Mitch was
So yay?
hot garbage.
I don't know, yeah, for that.
All right.
Let's do some other ones. Yay. All right.
Is that a hell yay?
Oh,
Yays
hell
all around.
yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Another one. Jameis Winston signs with the Panthers.
Who's that? I don't even know who that is. Who's
Jameis Winston was a quarterback, Tampa Bay, the Carolina Panthers. That's a lateral
Yeah.
move for the Panthers, right?
Not even lateral. That's a step down.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm gonna have to Google him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I
nay
don't
on
know.
that.
This one's from far from left field. Again, this is John Breach on CBSSports.com. Marcus Mariota signs with the Redskins. This is something else that's been brought up, that there's been people out there that have said that the Redskins should take a page from what the Arizona Cardinals did, because they drafted Dwayne Haskins last year in the first round, that they should go for a quarterback if they find one over the kid from the defensive end from Ohio State. So, I don't know if Marcus Mariota is the answer. I will tell you this, the Dwayne Haskins thing, I don't think that's going to be good for them in the long run. Everything I've heard is that he just walks around
like a mini Tom Brady?
No, like even before that, like he's like, I was drafted one. I'm the prize guy. Like,
ew.
No one likes to hear that. The other guys. All right, so non-quarterback things. Buccaneers trade for Arizona Cardinals running back David Johnson.
Who?
This is again from John Breach, CBSSports.com. He said if the Buccaneers had Tom Brady, their offense will still be missing one thing: a talented running back. And that's where David Johnson comes in.
Dude.
Are you just putting Brady and him and everybody on the Buccaneers?
Dude, the Tampa Bay is my favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Now,
you think they could do both, though?
Yeah, because you're going to get Johnson for a cost of a cup of coffee.
If this transpires, I'm putting all my money on the Tampa Bay.
The problem is the
Buccaneers.
contract.
My girl
that
Missy
Johnson
Brown
has.
she's listening right now. She's going nuts.
The contract is bad of Johnson, though. He did not have very good numbers for someone who made $9.7 million, and his cap hit scheduled to jump to 14.2 in 2020.
All right, that's not a cup of coffee.
That's not a cup of coffee.
I thought he was still in his rookie contract.
No, they gave him an extension. It was last year or the year before that.
I think it was the year before that.
Yeah, a pretty hefty one. Wow. And then he got hurt or whatever.
Hefty.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I think they'll depend on how much cap room they have.
Melvin Gordon did say he's going to test free agency.
Yep.
John Breach went on to say that Melvin Gordon signs with the Texans. Actually, I'm a yay on that one. That makes sense, actually.
Be a strong fit for them.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, they're not strong there. Get running back.
Hyde had a pretty good year.
No, I mean he's serviceable, but I think
come on.
For a team that's always
Hyde
kind
had
of
a pretty
struggling
good
to get over
year.
the hump, Gordon would be a huge pickup for them.
You would just come on. What would you rather have, Carlos Hyde or Melvin Gordon?
I want Melvin Gordon. I'll take Gordon though.
Too many of these porters.
Too many of these porters. I'm already getting beat up.
He had
I don't know how this afternoon is not.
He's gonna throw something at me really big and hard.
As long as I'm gonna give him that shirt.
I'm not being crazy. No, I would rather have Melvin Gordon than Carlos Hyde. I'm just saying Carlos Hyde was sufficient last year. He did
serviceable.
Well. Serviceable
is a good word.
Yes.
So
Todd Gurley gets traded.
I believe this is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets traded?
Todd Gurley,
he doesn't
running
have a
back
lot
for
of
the
tread
Rams.
left on those tires.
Oh, I don't care.
He doesn't have sustainable running legs.
Yeah, what happened to his legs, Lieutenant Dan?
Yep. But who's he go to?
What happened to his legs?
Oh, it's just they ran him too much the one year, and then he got beat up and kind of came back okay at the end of last year. He started to get it back, but he needs to go somewhere with a strong line.
Teams we talked about, the Buccaneers. They have the cap space for him.
Well, if they have the cap space for him, they have the cap space for
Mm-hmm.
the other guy.
The Miami Dolphins have the cap space. It's 8, and the Texans do as well. So Gurley did sign a 4-year, $60 million contract extension in July of 2018. But apparently when they gave him that, they didn't test for arthritis, even though we all have arthritis. But when you're a National Football League running back, some of the testing would be important before you give someone just money. But the Rams gave a lot of people money.
You see, if Gurley went, though, I could see Gordon just walking across town. I said if Gurley went, I could see Gordon just walking across town.
Play for the Rams.
I just don't think the Rams can afford it, to be honest with you. They gave away they gave away too many contracts. I mean, too much money in those contracts.
Can we go to break?
Yeah, we can go to break.
Perfect.
I don't know. Are you?
We gotta go pee.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Sometimes you don't have to let the people behind the curtain. Sometimes you just don't. All the other things, sometimes you just. Hey, by the way, on radio, Jay lost all control because Troy just decided that, hey, can we go to break? And because he said he had to go pee. Sometimes you just don't have to let him behind the curtain.
Sometimes you do, though. People can relate. Everybody's peed, Jay. It's fine.
I think it's what makes us special.
Okay.
It's what
It really
makes us
is.
human. We're relatable.
Because for 12 years,
All
Jay, you know
access.
what? Just like us, Pints has been bringing all the fun. That's right. Best beer, drinks, and good times around. Join them Monday through Friday for happy hour 3 to 6 and some of that complimentary Vans pizza at 5 o'clock. Num num nummy.
Num 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 num.
Stop it any day of the week for one of their daily specials. That's Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Don't settle for the aggravation of sunken concrete around your home or business. Call Top Notch Mudjacking to fix your uneven concrete. Let us raise those sections that can cause unnecessary wear and tear to your vehicles at a fraction of the cost. We also offer joint and crack sealing to prolong the life of your concrete. Servicing residential, commercial, and industrial areas. We offer warranty, senior, and military discounts, and free estimates. Check us out online. Top Notch Mudjacking. Don't settle. Jack it up.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete. But this ain't no gym. You're working hard. But you got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
Escúchame, it is Dan Levatacion, ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
With the loss of a loved one, planning a fitting service can be a real challenge. At Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, with our personalized service and attention to detail, you can be confident the service will be everything you wished for. We've been serving families in our area for generations. We would be privileged to serve yours too. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Levitard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. And I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right, I said it.
These are shocking
Yeah,
things. All right, put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugotz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing. Do they?
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
right in the garbage.
right off the
Right in the
garbage.
garbage.
I'm going to throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Spring sports have come out of hibernation on the campus of Augustana College. Baseball and softball, tennis and golf, lacrosse and track and field. Indoor practices are concluding, and all teams will be coming to a field, court, or course near you. And don't forget about men's volleyball, returning to the Carver Center on March 11th, hosting Greenville. For more event information, visit augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly, front-row seat to big-time small college sports.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
All right, everybody, back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and you're listening to Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170.
Well, first off, we want to thank Adam who came in from Front Street Brewery and brought that Oreo cheesecake vanilla porter that they did for the Firkin that they're going to be tapping down the tap room.
It's freaking unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. Again, what those guys do is incredible.
He's like Santa.
So
he's like Santa in the middle of.
He's our Friday Santa.
In the middle of March.
So he did it. Yeah, he did a fantastic job there. In studio with us now,
I'll be your Santa.
Owner of the Steamwheelers, Doug Bland's in. We talked to him last week.
What's up, fellas?
Now we've got to. Now we've got to. Sorry. We're going to look at the IFL, the Indoor Football League. It's not like a schedule where every team is playing that weekend, but we said we're going to look at it and we're going to try to find a way to set a line, because that's what we're going to do, guess line. But what we need, Doug, from you a little bit is for each game, just a little background of a team. Not too much. Obviously, we know that the Steamwheelers have the Offensive Player of the Year coming back, but and you guys are playing in Cedar Rapids on Saturday, right?
Correct.
All right, and there's another game on Sunday. T-Ray, you have that down, and I can pull
that's San Diego at Bismarck.
Correct.
Okay. And then
I got my lines guessed, but I want to give.
Then the next week is when, because of arena dates and a lot of these arenas have hockey teams and stuff like that, so they kind of have to stagger the opening weekend where not everybody gets to play. And next week I think there's 5 games instead of just 2 this week, and then we have a bye.
And then after that it's full bore.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll never have more than 5 games in a week because of a bye.
Okay.
But
so if you say next week is the 5 games, so we need to then throw the Duke City Gladiators versus the Frisco Fighters onto next week's slate, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to figure out here what we like here from the Steamwheelers and Cedar Rapids River Kings. And again, there is no gambling on this, so this is for fun.
Entertainment only, right?
Entertainment only, but hey, you know what? Maybe if we're the ones setting these lines,
yes, but
maybe someone listens.
We
to
did
us.
tell Jake. We did ask Jake from Elite Sportsbook to talk to them about a possible put the odds on champions. So he's going to look at their team and everything else, but see if they can get a list of possible champions, future bets, and maybe if we're lucky over-unders. But we don't want to do like individual games. All right, so the Steamwheelers go to Cedar Rapids River Kings. Give me the background on the River Kings.
So they got they got a new coach. They only returning like 5 players from last year's team, which only won 2 games last year.
Okay.
They were the only team in IFL history to be shut out in a arena football or indoor football league game last year. So they literally 2 games last year they didn't score 1 point. We beat them by 20 both games last year. In both games, I think we had our reserves in towards the end of the game.
Interesting.
And the coach that they hired, and their quarterback played for San Diego last year, and they also, when we were in the CIF, he played for Kansas City, so we're very familiar with their quarterback.
Scouting.
Their head coach used to be the head coach of the Texas Revolution when we were in the CIF, so when I owned my team in Dallas, I played against him 3 times to 4 times a year. So, and then Corey, being the coach from the old Omaha team when he was in the CIF, he played against those guys a couple times too. So we know that coach's tendencies. We kind of know their offense. It's just going to be changing the zip code basically to Cedar Rapids.
Now, does that change your guess the lines, T-Ray?
Changed it twice, then went back to our original.
Yeah. Really?
As he
That's
was giving
awesome.
me information.
Because I haven't made a guess
yet.
I haven't made a guess yet. And he wrote this down actually before the show.
Nice.
So that's really good.
I like the dedication.
Yeah.
All right. I have the Quad City Steamwheelers favorite at 7.5.
Oh no.
It's gonna be higher.
This
than that.
This is indoor football.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 15 and a half.
I'm saying 7.5. I think. All right. I pumped it up to like 12.5, and then when I heard that they're bringing in these new coaches that have experience, I'm like, okay.
But they know them scouting wise.
I understand that.
They beat them by 20.
But that doesn't mean these new coaches can't bring in better talent.
Bomber,
they're
where
only
are you
bringing
at?
back 5 guys, so this is a brand new team. You can't just go off last year.
Okay. All right, I guess you're saying you can't go off a repetition.
I'm not saying the over-under here.
Yeah.
Over-under, I mean, that's probably going to be more like 70.5.
That's a good, actually, really good guess.
I like that. Like what you're
saying. I'm just
See,
saying.
now you're redeeming yourself.
But I think what I'm saying is you're trying to get people to bet on this too.
Yeah, of course.
So that's
See?
what I'm saying. I think the Steamwheelers win by 20. Actually, I think they win by 17 17.
That's not the bookmaker's mentality then.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's not the bookmaker's mentality. What I'm saying is I want to get people to bite on this and say, I mean, I'm going to take Cedar Rapids plus them points and still get me to collect some cheddar cheese.
Someday I just want to have things on that, the things that connect to your brain, like the things that go up and down. Because goofing around, yes, thank you. Because goofing around with Bomber for the first like hour and 20 minutes, you go up, and then sometimes I look over and you're on your phone and you're not even listening to me. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And then this, you like totally just like walk in and like kill it.
Yeah,
good for you.
Well, a lot of
but
people,
I don't like your 7.5.
Professionals call
But
it.
I like your overall
like
ADD.
it. Well, it's not ADD. There's people distracting me every now and then.
He went outside. Remember when he went outside? He took a sip of his power gravy, and he's back.
Okay.
We have been drinking gravy, Doug, all day.
Bomber, what did you guess for a line?
15 and a half.
Ooh.
Look at this girl over here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go higher though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 18. That's the number I had in my head.
Okay.
All right. What about over-unders?
What did you? The over-under. I
went 70 and a half.
Yeah, and
You
I
went
would
what?
I would not
70
have,
and a half.
I would have had to do like research and been like, all right, what's the average? If he says that's a good number, then
I'm gonna go below that though.
I'm
'cause
gonna
I don't
go
think
below
the
it,
other.
too.
I don't think the other team is scoring.
No.
So if I'm gonna go 53.
They know the tendencies.
53?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's way too low.
If we don't score 53 ourselves, I'll be disappointed.
Oh!
Well, you know what? Maybe, just hear me out here. Just maybe that's what I'm counting on. That 53 is us.
So their quarterback is a elusive kid. I mean, he'll get out.
So you
he's
know
gonna,
him
he's
from
gonna
last
score. Yeah, they were all passed last year. He's gonna throw some picks too. I'll tell you that because he's a real elusive. He's a former baseball player, like major league prospect kind of guy.
So
Quick on his
he has
feet.
an arm.
He's
but
got an arm, but he's
trying
reckless.
to force too many things.
He's way reckless, and he'll put it down and run. I mean, he's really elusive.
Okay, Jay, what do you got for an over-under?
I like everything Doug's saying. I really do. This is a lot of fun. 53. He's like, if we don't score 53, all right.
I think we're gonna score everything. I think if they get one touchdown on us, I think I'll be.
All right.
It's my goal.
Give me.
I think it ends up being a little bit of a shootout, but we win.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a shutout.
Pull away at
I think
the
it's gonna be
end.
us.
Give me
Pull away at the end.
a good solid 7 and 7.
77?
Yeah.
All right.
The best thing about this is how we get to learn from each week, because we did this like even for the XFL, and then we're like, oh, okay, and we started to learn each team and follow it, because in the end we're competitive, all of us. I mean, we're friends, and I'd say all right a lot, whatever else, or flipping the bird during the show. But I mean, we're all competitive, and we like to goof around about it. And we talk about this stuff after the show too.
Professional
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's semi professional, but all right.
All right.
It's a gravy show.
Yeah, we love gravy.
See, you're back.
Love some gravy.
All right, San Diego Strike Force. Strike Force, by the way, which was a great WWE tag team in the mid '80s with Tito Santana and Rick Martel.
Who doesn't love Tito Santana?
I hear he's
With
a
a name
teacher
like
now.
that.
Well, why
I'm
not?
dead serious. He's a teacher, like a math
Probably.
teacher somewhere.
Yeah, he seemed like he was good at math.
No.
Strike Force. San Diego Strike Force
Well,
versus
now-
the Bismarck
So
Bucks.
you want a little background on
I
these
would
events?
love that,
Okay,
yeah.
so last year Bismarck I think won 4 games, 3 or 4 games, and San Diego won 2 games.
Oh, wow.
So they were
What?
they were 12-2, and Bismarck I think was 4-10.
2 and 12 and 4 and 10.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna go Bismarck.
it's probably going to be. I think San Diego is much improved from last year. Bismarck maybe not so much, in my personal opinion. Looking at their transactions and the coaching staff that they have.
Any changes in San Diego's coaching staff from
They
years past?
no,
Obviously, you
but
changed
they
the
were all
quarterback.
rookies last year, so they were all first year IFL coaches.
Okay.
One guy, the coach is a former tight end for the Chargers.
Okay.
So he has a really good football knowledge. I think it took him a year to understand the indoor game a little more. And I think they did a pretty darn good job of recruiting in the offseason. They took one of our players in a restricted free agent type of situation.
Like I said, and they shipped the quarterback off to Cedar Rapids, obviously.
Yeah, well, he actually left in the middle of the season last year. They cut him.
Okay.
Yeah, and he went to the CIF, and then now he came back to the IFL. So the CIF is kind of like our AAA type of thing. you
Gotcha.
know.
What's CIF stand for?
Champions Indoor Football League.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you're saying Bismarck really hasn't made many changes from last year, or what do you?
Not much. No, they've got a couple of our old players that we weren't going to bring back over the first 2 seasons, but they're.
But based on their former, so Bismarck not changing is still going to be significantly better than San
They only won
Diego.
4 games and they won 2 games.
Yeah, and here's
It's
the
not
other
much of
thing:
a difference.
is traveling from San Diego to Bismarck, North Dakota, is not a party. So the traveling team is definitely at a disadvantage in the IFL, not only from a referee standpoint, but just the whole burden on going cross country and being in a strange bed and the whole 9.
Okay, let me ask you this: as far as travel goes, do you normally travel the day before or 2 days before?
The day before. So
and it's a 1 o'clock. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff game, so they don't have all day to adjust to being there.
Yeah, it's so like
it's not that far.
when we go to Dallas.
Traveling's not that easy though.
It's not.
These aren't charter planes that like the NFL and stuff or college teams. We're literally flying commercial.
Yeah.
You're flying commercial. You're picking up 15 passenger vans, getting 3 of them, throwing all your gear in there, going to the hotel, getting a meal, hurried up, sleeping, waking up the next morning, going to the game. Those Sunday games suck. So I'm glad we don't have any of those far away. We do have one, but it's in Green Bay, so it's only a 4.5 hour drive, so it's not bad. But
either way,
yeah. So San Diego will be flying out Saturday morning. They'll get there Saturday afternoon, and get a nice meal in, and then they'll wake up early Sunday morning, go to the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, Jay, you know how I feel about San Diego.
You love San Diego.
I love the city of San Diego.
If you couldn't be a Dallas Cowboy fan,
I'd be a San Diego.
You'd be San Diego, and then Tampa Bay after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just love San Diego.
San Diego's a nice town.
Yeah.
My brother was stationed in San Diego.
All right, I'm going to go San Diego -9.5.
On the road?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yes, this is an improved team. I've been listening to everything Doug said. All right, and
Strike Force.
And I got the over/under at 74.
Okay. I got Bismarck covering this one. -10.5. Bomber.
Bismarck. -12.
Over/unders?
Oof.
You were gonna say it.
Let's go 76.
Spirit of 76.
I'm gonna go lower than that. I'll put it at a good solid 68.
1 point off.
All right. You guys, it's gonna be. I'm excited.
The thing I like about this, and Doug, you're so knowledgeable. I mean, being an owner, of course, you have to be, but bringing in the insight is incredible. And it's the thing that's a lot of fun is that we get to learn these teams and then share it with the listeners as well. I mean, this is great, and
you
it's
got
fun.
to think now, guys. We have a 2-week training camp, so this is usually at the beginning of the season. Their games are lower scoring than they are towards the middle and end of the season.
Makes sense.
Because people just don't have their crap together yet.
They don't have relationships. They haven't built. But I mean, you guys with being out TBK, you guys, and you even said we don't score 53. So I'm probably going to be closer to the. I had the lowest out of everybody for the over/under, so I'm probably going to be closer there.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. That's. But I mean, this is.
Upset.
Yeah, I do get upset. I'm competitive. I like this stuff though.
Do I get a pick?
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, well, hold on.
We didn't want it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want league officials to be like.
Yeah, we don't league officials to come down.
This is entertainment only, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but my
only.
question is, other than obviously our team, who do you think are the favorites to win the league this year?
Can I guess one's got to be Arizona Rattlers?
Yeah,
right?
Arizona went 14-0 last year in the regular season, and they lost, by 3 in the championship game.
Who'd they lose to?
To Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
That had to hurt.
And we had Sioux Falls beat at their place last year. I mean, we literally could have beat them easily. Not easily. I mean, it was a tough game, but we were hand in hand with them on both games actually. So, but they've won 8 of the last 11 championships.
Sioux Falls has?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Arizona's won.
But Arizona was in the AFL, and then
Yeah.
they came into the IFL, and they won the very first year they were in the IFL, and they haven't won the last 2 years, but they were undefeated in the regular season.
And then how do the Iowa Barnstormers look?
They lost everybody. They lost their head coach. They lost their offensive coordinator.
Love to hear that.
They lost
trying to get Kurt Warner back.
They lost their MVP quarterback.
Wow. Four players got struck by lightning.
So the coach went to Tucson, and he took all of his top players with him.
Is Tucson in your league still?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we played them twice last year. We split 1-1 with them.
So Tucson should be pretty good.
They're going to be a lot better than they were last year.
Some people call it Tucson, Jay.
Tucson.
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 Nice article in the paper today by Doxy about the player coach that you have. He's a coach at University of Dubuque. He's the defensive line coach, but he's offensive line for you guys, right?
Correct.
Yeah. What was his name again?
Kyle Avaloy.
Yeah, that was a nice by Doxy. I read that today. Doxy did a good job with that. He 6 a.m. is practice every day, and he drives in from Dubuque.
Yeah, well, that's just for training camp. He'll be in player housing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to be up there for all that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a recruiting thing going on, so he had to.
Oh, okay.
He had to be there for the new recruits coming into Dubuque.
And then the opener against the Rattlers is what day again?
March 21st, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
That's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just we gotta blast this out. Tell everybody this is gonna be the place to be that Saturday night. I mean,
everybody.
Yeah. Let's pack that place. We did 7,200 the first game against San Diego 2 years ago, and I would like to get back to that number. That'd be nice.
Okay, so the date, the time, where?
March 21st, Saturday night at the Tax Slayer Center in Moline.
So their offices are out at TBK.
Right.
So I saw Doug on Saturday with Doug Brody, and he showed me around their offices, and they've got the window all around there. But how many people do you have just like putting their because you guys are in there doing stuff? You guys are breaking down film and stuff. I see other players with you guys, and people that just have to be like putting their hands up there and looking at you guys.
Saturday we did photos and stuff like and videos for the Jumbotron and player introductions and all that stuff. So it was pretty wild because you have 6'5" guys walking around. In their uniform, and just people are like, "What is going on over here?" So it was pretty cool.
All right, let's take our second break of the hour, and then come back. We'll talk more with Doug Bland, Steam Wheelers.
All right. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa, nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi. Been serving Davenport with great beers since 1992, just like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the oh-so-popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for food and drink specials, or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. That's Front Street Brewery. The restaurant is at 208 East Road Drive, the tap room in the Freight House Complex.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Ace Muffler Clinic has been serving the Quad Cities area for over 60 years. There's a reason why our customers continue to trust us with their vehicles. We can fix almost anything. We can fix your muffler, tune your brakes, change your oil, change your tires, replace your battery, customize your exhaust, tune your engine, repair your suspension, replace your radiator and your water pump. Align your automobile, refill your transmission fluid, and change your filters. And we believe in doing all those things right the first time. For fast, friendly service, visit Ace Muffler Clinic at 4th Ave and 15th Street in Rock Island.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
What are you doing for your 65th birthday, Sharon?
Oh, a cute little picnic with the grandbabies. I'm a bit worried, though. I really need to get enrolled in Medicare and buy a Medicare supplement plan. But there are so many supplement plans out there. It's so complicated.
Aw, don't worry. Health IQ helped me save 24% on a Medicare supplement plan, and it only took a few minutes.
You saved 24%? That's big savings. How'd Health IQ do it?
Their experts know that living a healthy lifestyle is associated with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So because I'm active, it just makes sense that I should pay less.
An insurance agency that rewards you for living a healthy lifestyle? That's a smart idea. I'm going to healthiq.com now so I can focus on my big day.
Just go to healthiq.com/Medigap to start saving.
healthiq.com/Medigap?
Yep, that's HEALTHIQ.com/MEDIGAP.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation, coverage, and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
You can get your sports fix by telling Alexa to play ESPN 1170. Enable the skill and never miss a moment from the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back, fresh off of playing odds makers for the IFL.
That's right. I don't think there's anybody
for
better.
For fun only, by the way. This is not.
See, I was involved with this type of business for a while back in the day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you were.
I had an offshore thing in Costa Rica.
You were
Really?
involved in that?
Yes.
So how did that work then? Who did you get to make your odds?
talking
So
to
the,
right
the,
people.
they call him the godfather of internet gambling. A guy named Ron Sacco. You can Google him. He was on 2020 and 60 Minutes and all that. He was the godfather. He set up the whole entire Costa Rica offshore gambling business back in the day. And I came from the NASCAR industry back, most of my career. I was with Penske Motorsports as marketing director. So then when I got out of that, I got into the gambling side, and I had a website called betyourdriver.com. It was a whole NASCAR-themed gambling website that was based in San Jose, Costa Rica, through Ron. I had done it's so funny, his wife, he had to move to Costa Rica because of the whole legal thing in the United States, and his wife had me be do some testimony in a court case she had regarding a whole NASCAR industry thing. So I was like a industry expert witness for her, and that's how I got to know her. And she's like, "Yeah, you love my husband. He's got this gambling." And I start Googling this guy and find out he's like the godfather of internet gambling. So when I started getting this, I called him one time, and I said, "Yeah, your wife gave me your number," and he's like, "Come on down." So I come down there, and I fly down to Costa Rica. I tell the cab driver, "Here, take me to this address." He's like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." So I get there, and there's two guys with AK-47s sitting out front of his office. And he's like, "You sure you want to get out of here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I do."
I think so.
I don't have a gun, so I mean,
This is amazing. This is awesome.
So I got out of the cab, walk into the place, and it looked like the most. This guy had an office that would make the White House office look like, slumlord.
This place.
Yeah, it was unreal. He had like 75 Costa Rican girls sitting at phone banks taking phone calls from bets from all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the coolest experiences I ever, and he's like, tomorrow
Outside
night.
the AK-47.
Yeah, he's like, tomorrow we're going out on my boat, and he had this big yacht and everything. I mean, it was pretty damn cool.
It's close to the
things
beginning.
can go down in Costa Rica faster than they are here.
I
Maybe you need the
say
AK-47.
that's the closest thing to a beginning of a Dateline I've heard in a long time.
Have you seen my Facebook post lately?
Oh,
I
yes,
think
you
maybe we've got some kind of a bigwig bet.
People going on there.
You never know. Maybe that's why there's so many cops on my street.
Do you
that's what
still
it is.
follow that stuff? Like, do you still follow NASCAR?
Oh yeah, no, they quit taking my bets because I kicked their butt so bad.
So we can do DFS
All right,
NASCAR
I'm
together.
taking you to the boat after this, Dave.
Oh, they knew I was like an industry insider, so they quit taking my bets.
So we're gonna go to the boat after this.
We have minute. Well, I'll text you next time you come on. We're doing DFS NASCAR with you.
I say we all go to the boat right after
I get
that.
I get the DraftKings on your phone. Like I got into one because we have a listener who invites us invited me into DFS, and I did it, and I was like, I don't know anything. I mean, worse than golf and everything else. I was like, and he invited me to another one. I was like, I'm not putting money in this DFS, but now
we're putting money in
so
DFS.
Literally, it's so funny. It's like after they call it happy hour, after last practice on Friday or Saturday in NASCAR, you can go through the garage area and you can pretty much figure out, the top 3 or 4 guys who it's going to be, and they're most of them. The lowest odds you're going to find are 6 or 7 to 1. I won. Michael Waltrip won the Daytona 500 the day that Dale Earnhardt died in 2001.
Yeah.
I had $500 on that bet, and he was 45 to 1.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute, hold up.
Lee's doing some math real quick.
I did so many
Hold on a
backflips.
second
I was
here.
doing jumping up for joy. I was actually. It was the funniest thing. I remember. I knew Dale had died. Everybody knew that was at the track. Knew that
down
had
payment
happened.
on my house.
Yeah. It was kind of
trying
hard.
to hold it in. Yeah, it's like
I know, and I made a ton of money, but I'm thinking, oh
Not
man,
bad for a day's work.
The guy just died.
Hey, Dave.
Doug,
sorry, my bad.
she's
you're trying to sweeten him up over there. Let's get to know.
No, I was looking at this. Hold on. So sorry, there's people commenting too. What are you doing after this?
You want to go out to the casino and figure out?
Do you want to hang out?
Hey, Dave.
I sent you a friend request on Facebook.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dave, if you ever,
I gotta look. I don't ever check.
You ever gone camping and woke up with a hickey on your neck?
No.
No. Do you want to go camping?
I'm not.
Have you ever looked into the
DFS
DFS stuff?
I don't know what DFS stands for.
What's daily fantasy sports? So you can get into just get into different. Well, we're gonna talk. You will now. So
so I haven't put a bet on. I haven't placed a bet in probably 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today's the day, Doug.
No, he's a consultant towards
that's
us
what I'm saying.
because he's an owner of a professional sports team. He can't get into this stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to be Pete Rose or something.
Yes, but he can be fun and come in and do it.
Whisper in my ear.
And when I texted you, we need to find a time where it's consistent that you can come in. So when you guys do travel you travel with the team?
Usually, yeah. Depends.
Okay.
Unless we're going to Bismarck.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a road trip you conveniently missed.
So, of all the years we've, when we were in the CIF, Bismarck was in CIF. I've never been to Bismarck yet. So we played them at least once a year. So I
would wait till the middle of summer to go to Bismarck.
Right.
I mean, that would be my choice.
Yeah, I never had any ambitions like, hey, I want to go to Bismarck.
Hey, Doug. Yeah. We have somebody. He said he wants to talk to you about NASCAR and why so many people retired all of a sudden. Do you have an opinion on that?
That's why their crowds are down. I can tell you that. I mean, if you look at the last 3 years, you've lost Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, Danica Patrick.
Right.
Even before that,
I'm missing
Golden
out.
Boy.
Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
So that's just in the last 3 years. You've lost, 8 major stars in your sport?
Why? Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, they got old.
They're making so much money that they don't need to do it and risk their life or risk their.
Okay, so explain why Tom Brady is still playing.
Well, it's not as dangerous as a quarterback as it is to drive a car.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that crash.
I get it.
That crashed at Daytona this year.
I never thought that Newman would live through that. I never did. I mean,
wasn't that crazy?
That was the worst. I mean, I've been around that sport since my dad was a race car driver. So I mean, I've been around that sport my whole entire life. I never in a million years thought that guy was going to live through that.
I didn't either. When I saw it
so
happen,
you
I was
watched
like,
on TV,
Lord.
you thought
I didn't see it at first until they did the replay and saw that they literally went right into the window of the car of the door.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, there's no way he could live through
the
that.
accident with Dale Earnhardt Sr. was almost identical. The way it happened.
Oh, I didn't even think he was going to be hurt.
It was crazy.
Dale Earnhardt.
Really?
No,
but it was the same type of accident.
Not even. This guy got flipped over upside down and got T-boned right in his window. It was more severe.
But the way that they brought him out and they did all the guarding.
Yeah, when they put the guards up, they put the guards and the tarps up and stuff. That's a very major indication that some deep serious stuff.
So scary.
We're gonna find a time to make sure that Doug comes in once a week that works in his schedule, because this is amazing. You have more stories than
I know.
You got to let us know these things. You can't just come in and just drop this at 1:53 in the afternoon on Friday. But
what better time?
On Monday, we're going to have Tori McGeehan come in from Thick Kitchen, and she's based locally here in the Quad Cities. She's a 2015 graduate from Kendall College, And the thing about her is that she does specialty cakes and pastries, bakeries, obviously. So like a birthday party, celebration, wedding, or graduation, you need to get a hold of her. Go to her Facebook page. It's THICC Kitchen. Go to their social media pages, including like Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and you can get look at some of the things she does. Or you can call her at 309-948-3140. And to send her a message or talk to her, she will set something up for you. Any type of vision that you have, she will work with you. She believes food's a science. She works with everything that does that. And so she will be in on Monday. So hopefully she brings some things in, T-Ray. Some pastries or baked goods or whatever else. And it's going to be a lot of fun to talk to her. Doug, awesome talking with you. Can't wait we'll talk off the air and figure out some time we get something set up. So you or Pork Chop comes in. I would take us by 20. Mm-hmm. And I would say over is going to be probably more like 65.
All right. I was closer.
And Bismarck, San Diego, I would take Bismarck, and I think the over is going to be probably more like 55.
All right.
Wait, does that make me closer than you?
I think so.
Yeah.
You guys have a house for free.
Doug.
We'll see
Love,
you.
peace, chicken grease.
Yep.
Love, peace, chicken grease.